Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another round. I'm your girl Jay, and we are back with some Love is Blind tea. My reaction to all of the drama that has taken place since Sunday. There's been a couple of videos that came out. Of course, Tyler's BM has spoken. The mother of his children has spoken. So Bree, she has spoken, and of course, because Bree spoke, the ex-wife felt compelled to speak out her truth as well, and everybody let it be known what it was going to be. So I got reaction videos to do. First off, let me welcome you all in. Welcome into another round. Please do me a favor, like, share, and subscribe if you haven't already. And if you are new here, this is what we like to do. We like to send some green hearts in the chat. Green is my favorite color, so please put the hearts in the chat. Let me know that you're here. Shout out to all of y'all that are in the building already. How are you doing? I hope you guys are having a wonderful Wednesday. And as we get into the fact that today was a wedding day, for some people, it was a confessional day. And I'm going to go ahead and give my take on a lot of these things that I've seen. Now, let you know up front, I did put the links in the chat. I put the links in the chat, in the description box below for the videos that I'm reacting to. Um, Technically, I'm going to go off of Bree's Instagram, but there is a video that was put together by GingerSnaps. I advise y'all to go over to her page. She has put the whole video into one compilation video, so you don't have to go on Bree's page and troll, or please don't troll her page. Please leave that lady alone, okay? Because she is sharing her truth, okay? It may not be the truth, but it is her truth. So leave her alone. Let her be. But I did put it down in the description box for GingerSnaps if you want to watch the whole thing all the way through without the pauses and the stops of going to part one, part two, part three, part four, part infinity. Okay, because clearly this thing keeps going on and on and on, and it does not stop. Also, shout out to Jessie Woo, who had acquired the interview with the ex-wife, her and Ricky from TikTok. If you guys are familiar with Love is Blind and TikTok, you guys should know Ricky by now because she does all the deep dives and finds all the tea for us every season for everybody of the show. Now, y'all know I usually don't do the tea too much just because I like to stay with what we see on the show. But since this one happens to be spilling over and it's turning into a whole daggone Tokyo tea, child, it's just like all kind of stuff in this glass. We gonna drink this thing down, okay? We gonna drink it down today, okay? So y'all got your shot glasses ready. I hope y'all do because we in for a cocktail of a ride, child. This thing is crazy, and mind you, I have not seen Jesse's Woo's interview in full extent or whatnot, so I'm not totally sure what I'm going to get into, but I do want to say, and I will say it before I get to put it back up again, trigger warning, because I do know and I am aware that she does mention that there is some DV that is taking place in the relationship that she was in. So trigger warning to that, and I will remind you all later on. But this is just my reaction to the videos, and some of it is not going to be popular opinion, okay? Especially when it comes to the Bree situation. I have a very unpopular opinion on it because I did happen to watch that one on Sunday, and I wanted to go live Sunday, but I had to work and I got behind, so I didn't go live. And then Monday came around, had another job, and then Tuesday I lost my voice. So here we are. All right. So y'all stay with me. You hear cocktail less, but I just finished Jesse Wu. Oh, you finished the Jesse Wu interview? Okay, so if you have hot spots that you want me to jump on, because I don't know if I will get through the whole interview, I'm gonna try my best. Also, I don't want to totally get through the whole interview. I'm just gonna skip to the interview part of it, of course, but I don't want to do the whole thing. So, because I want you guys to go over there and support her stuff as well. So, I want you guys to watch her channel. So, of course, I'll probably jump around a little bit. Yeah, I've heard that part. I did get to that part or whatever, and I heard a few snippets from different people's reaction, and of course, my AI decided to give me a summary, though the summary didn't quite get the DV part right. It said that Tyler was a part of the DV, so I was like, let me go listen to it for myself because I was like, oh my days, was he doing DV on the ex-wife? This is crazy, but no, it's actually the BM and the ex-wife that had the situation. But yeah. Anywho, let's get into it, okay? Let me bring it back up. Let's get into this. here. And we're going to go ahead and let this lady tell her story, okay? We're going to let Bree start off telling her story because this is technically how we got into it in the first place because Bree decided that she wanted to come out and be honest with us. And so, yeah, let's get on to Bree's side of things.
Come out and say my side of the story.
Also, just let you know, I will be starting and stopping this video just because it is another video from somebody else, and I'm be doing reactions to it. And let me know, make sure that you guys can hear it in the chat. So just leave me like a 1 in the chat if you can hear it. I'm gonna make sure that you can hear what she is saying.
I wrote some notes down that I'm gonna read. One, because I'm nervous. Anyone who knows me knows that I'm a shy person. I am a private person. I do not.
Okay, so they always like to start off with I'm a shy person, I'm a private person, I do not do this. And of course her thing starts off trying this again because honestly I have nothing more to say, part 1. Confusion on my part, okay? Confusion on my part. You're private. You have nothing to say, but this is just part 1. Okay, we're going to run with it. We're going to let it go. I'm going to let that go for now. Let's carry on.
Like all of my business out in the world for everyone to see and know, but that is just the situation that we're in right now.
Now let's hold on to that. She don't want her business in the world and for everybody to see. We're going to hold on to that thought, okay? To keep that in the back of your mind because some of the stuff that she says is going to play into that later on, okay?
Now, out of my control, but I feel like it's important in order for me to move on from this and to clear everything up, that I state the truth. So there was a time in which Tyler was one of my best friends. Even now, he's still the father of my 3 beautiful children. And considering that my intent here is not to bash Tyler, however, as a mother, I'm compelled to defend my babies and myself and attempt to protect them from a narrative that just must end. A narrative that is not only purely inaccurate, but unfair to my children and myself. So with that being said, here it is. So unfortunately, I think it's time that I come out and...
Okay, so that's part 1. Let me go back over here. Let's get to part 2. I should have just played this off of Ginger because Ginger got it nicely all laid out for us. But
okay. In regards to our oldest child, Cairo, Tyler was initially only supposed to be helping me and my ex-wife. He was helping us conceive. It was understood that Tyler was not supposed to assume a father role in Kai's life, hence my ex-wife's name being on the birth certificate. Shortly prior.
Okay. Hold the phone. So when it comes to the first child, we know he said on the show that he was a donor. She comes here now saying that she's clearing up the narrative. She's not here to bash Tyler. She's here simply to clear up the narrative. Okay, because she said that she considered him one of her best friends. He is still the best friend. He's still a best friend, how she puts it, to this day, because he is still the father of her children. However, what he's saying is wrong on the show that he is a donor, but you saying here that he was the donor, hence why his name is not on the birth certificate and it's your ex-wife name on the birth certificate. Am I missing something? Did I miss something? Should I go? Do I need to go back on that? Because I feel like I need to go back on that part. Maybe I need to watch this off of GingerSnaps thing because I think I can go back a lot better than on here. I don't know.
To me giving birth to Kai.
Okay, so let me go back. Let me go back this way. Let me do it like this.
Okay. In regards to our oldest child, Cairo, Tyler was initially only supposed to be helping me and my ex-wife. He was helping us conceive. It was understood that Tyler was not supposed to assume a father role in Kai's life, hence.
No, Jacqueline. He originally wanted to be the donor but changed his mind. No. They all agreed. They all agreed. And then when we get to that part, Jacqueline, they all changed their mind except for the ex-wife because the ex-wife was put out. The ex-wife is gone at this part. So this is the thing. You agreed that he was just supposed to help you and the wife at the time get a baby. He's not supposed to take a fatherly role. So right now, when we come to the original, oh, okay, you agree with me. When we come to the original thing of for the first kid, okay, when he goes on the platform and he says he is a donor, we don't know which kids he's talking about. He's a donor to, okay. We get the edited version. Let's keep that in mind. We get the edited version, and I'm not sitting here trying to take Tyler's thing before y'all get out of line and start saying, "Oh, you trying to help Tyler?" No, I'm not trying to help Tyler at all. I am merely stating the facts between all of these accounts that they have going on. We have Tyler's edited version from Netflix so far. We don't have his updated version. We have her going on her live to do her thing, and we have Deshaun going on Jesse Rule's live to do her thing. So far, Bree is trying to, and I hope I say, I don't know if her name is Bri or Bree, but it's written Bree for me. That's how I pronounce it. So it's going to be Bree today. Bree is sitting here telling us that she didn't agree, that they agreed that he was not to assume a father figure role. Okay. She's private and she don't like a lot of things coming out about her life. Okay, let's keep those things in mind. He is not to have a father figure role in Cairo. I don't want to even mention the baby name. I wish he didn't mention the baby name in the first child's life. Okay. This is the first thing she's telling us that she and the wife and him agreed. Now, mind you, keep in mind, she says her and the wife agreed. We're going to see if there's some discrepancy about that later on, too. But right now, and shoot, I should keep some daggone notes my daggone self because they be all over the place with their story. I might get lost. I might get lost in these travels. Okay, they got us drinking on Tokyo teas, baby. All right. If you had a Long Island, if you had a Idaho's, you had a Tokyo tea some kind of way. Them things is mixed with 4 different types of drinks, and clearly these it's 4 different type of people all up in this daggone story. Okay, there is Tyler, there is Bree, there's Deshaun, there's the Truth, which is gonna be the triple sec. All right, there's all the filler that we got up in there, and child with a little splash of something on top. They got us over here loaded. Okay, so again, let me write it down. Let me write it on down. Okay, private. Doesn't want business out there. Doesn't want the business out there. Okay. Agreement. Agreement is Tyler is not to assume the father figure role. All right. No, no daddy role on the first kid. No. All right. We got to keep that in there. And her and the wife, okay, apparently had made this agreement with Tyler. The three of them. The three of them made the agreement. All right. So she pronounced her name with a long I. Well, you know what? Her name is going to be pronounced Bree today. All right. I don't care about the damn bride. She wanted to call her name. I bet you her real name is Brittany. I bet you her real name is Brittany in real life on her government paper. Okay. She's not about to play with me today. It's not, if it's not Brittany, it's Brianna. Trust me. So it's still a Bree. Damn it. These people, they want to cross over and change their whole names. They quit. Oh, Lord, jeez. All right. What you say? The ex-wife said it's pronounced with a long I, but also she has the baby while she is out of town. Yeah, I heard a little bit of that. Yeah, we're gonna get into it. We're gonna get into it. We're gonna get into it because I am still confusion. I'm still confusion. And here I would have to actually, and I'm gonna say this a little precursor. I When I had my daughter, my her father was not in town because he was a part of a basketball team still at the time, and so he was out of town when I had her, and they would not let me. They would not allow me because we're not married to put his last name on the birth certificate. So I don't know if they have those laws there, if he was not present at the thing and he could put the name or whatever. But like I said, we're gonna get into it. These are my reactions. So stay with me. Sorry, I gotta sip a little ginger tea, keep my voice back. Uh, yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, we gonna get into it. It's all crazy. It's all crazy. But yeah, let's continue with her story because so far we got she's private and they made a three-way agreement. Now we keep in mind the three-way might come back up a few more times, but that's neither here nor there in this current moment. With the first child, they made an agreement that he would not no father figure roles. No father figure roles for him, okay? No father figure roles. Now keep in mind, father figure roles as we decide we're gonna call him uncle later, because the uncles is still a father figure, but he ain't supposed to assume father figure roles, meaning that to me, if I'm not supposed to assume a father figure role, that I should not be hanging around your child because any role that I am as a man around your child is going to be somewhat of a mentor father figure to it, especially if it's my seed. But just that's just me, okay? I don't know. Everybody's different. Hey, so I don't see how I can give my best friend, quote unquote, a baby and not have some type of significant role in that baby's life. That's just me because I'm best friends with the person. I feel like it's something how it's going to overlap. But these friendships are different these days. So they made an agreement he would not play a father figure role. I'm assuming when she says father figure, she really means he would not be a father to the child. Okay. So we'll carry on. Let her continue. All right, let's go.
My ex-wife's name being on the birth certificate. Shortly prior to me giving birth to Cairo, my ex-wife left me and moved back to her home state of California. She flew back for Kai's birth, packed the rest of her things, and then.
Oh, okay. Okay, she flew back in. Okay, so she left. The ex-wife left shortly before his birth, then flew back for the birth and then picked up some stuff. Now, here's my problem. Why did the ex-wife fly back? Sign the birth certificate. Because it's something happened. Something happened during the course of these 9 months to make the ex-wife leave. Come all the way back from DC. So you left the whole East Coast. Come all the way back to the West Coast to live there. You go back to the East Coast for the delivery, sign the birth certificate, pack your stuff up, and then head back. I'm confusion. I am confusion on this part. Why would I sign the birth certificate? Okay, so I know, and I guess when we get to the ex-wife, she get to tell me why she signed that birth certificate when she knew she was going back to California. Because I did see the birth certificate. Her name is on the birth certificate. Tyler's is not. I didn't see the actual birth certificate. I seen a copy. Let me put it like that. Okay. These are my thoughts. This is my reaction. I'm just confusion on the fact that you will fly to the birth, get there, sign the birth certificate, pack your stuff up on your newborn child, and go back to Cali. Okay. All right. Let's continue. Let me figure it out.
Moved back to California. My ex-wife and I originally planned and agreed to co-parent as best as we could across the country. But things were very, very rocky for us. Soon after, my ex-wife petitioned the court for full custody of Cairo. It was then that things started to shift. Tyler, as my best friend, was there for me, helping me through this extremely, extremely tough time in my life. And for that, I'll always be thankful for him, and I wouldn't change a thing. Suddenly one day I received a text from Tyler, and he asked me if I would be okay with him being a father to Cairo, because he did not want Cairo to be raised by a single mother as he had.
Where's the text? Where is the text? You received a text. Where's the text? And again, you were okay, Tyler, with two single mothers in a marriage raising a child, because basically it was about to be two mothers raising a child. You were okay with that, but now all of a sudden you don't want her to be a single parent. She's still not a single parent because both of their names is on the birth certificate. They're planning on co-parenting. Why do you need to step in now? They're still parents. Not they're both alive. Neither one of them's incarcerated. Why do you have the need that you need to step in right now? You made an agreement. No father figure. Because you're going through a divorce does not mean the child loses a parent. They are saying Bree is sitting there telling us right now that her and her ex-wife had decided that they're going to figure out how to co-parent the best they could, though they're doing it in two different states. Trust me, it's not easy. I did it, but it can be done. Couple of years during the school years, the child stayed with this parent, and maybe until this change, the child stayed with this parent. It can be done. But why would I need to step in when technically their parents are still here? I'm a godparent. I'm a bonus parent. I'm on the sideline. I'm not supposed to be filling anybody's role. Why does he need to fill in all of a sudden? Bree, why would you be cool with him filling in all of a sudden? The thing is, we're going with this lie that we told ourselves in the beginning. The agreement, it's a lie, but the agreement we told ourselves in the beginning that you will not be a father figure. You should have dismissed this. I already told you no. Our son has parents. He has both of his moms. We're going to figure this out. The day Deshaun decides to give up on this kid, then you can sit here and say, hey, you know what? I see she don't want to do nothing, no parts of this kid because biologically it's not hers. Understandably, I'm willing to step up. That should be the thing. But where's the text? We need this text. Show us this is a text that he actually sent you. Excuse me 1 second. Okay. Let me know this is a text he actually sent you, please. I need that. Let me see what y'all saying in the chat real quick. Tyler Huntley did Bree a favor to go to the court and say he is the active father and give Bree full custody. Okay, so he helped her get full custody or whatever, but that still shouldn't have been something he involved himself in, because technically, at the end of the day, Bree had the baby. It is her eggs. It is not. It is not. It's not Deshaun's eggs that and Bree just carried. This is all Bree's child. It's not a hard fight. It is not really a hard fight at all, unless Deshaun could prove that Bree is unfit to be a mother. And if she's unfit to be a mother, Tyler, you should have just let the child go with the best person that it could be with. At the end of the day, this is foolishness from all of y'all, and the daggone 3 kids got to suffer. 3 adults making 3 kids suffer. This is like really crazy to me. Okay. Anywho, tired of listening about Tyler, but I'm here listening in. Yeah, I know. It's just a mess. I didn't get to get my say, so I'm gonna say it. Okay. So if you don't want to leave, no, if you don't want to stay, Derica, I understand. I'm not mad at you, sis. It's tiring. It's a lot going on. Yeah, you confusion as well. Okay. The ex-wife said Bree actually initiated the court filing to prevent her from seeing their son, and Bree and Tyler lied in the court and said they never got involved to get sole custody. They was never involved to get sole custody. Uh, um, sounds, you know what? I could probably go with Deshaun. Deshaun don't really have nothing to lose up in this. I could probably go with her thing over what I'm hearing right now. Cause say what? Where's the text? Why do he need to all of a sudden step up and be a father when you already made agreement? He's been spending almost, what is this? He's been spending some months now without you being the father. And I know it's still early in a child's life. There still can be some arrangements made, but oh no, 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 no. We're not going to include her child. Her child is not in part of this whole confusion because her child clearly knows. Deshaun's child, her child clearly knows the situations prior. So she should know her father if she's was born biologically, and if not, then that's something her and Deshaun got to do. But we got 3 right now that's up in the grabs of air of being a donor baby, actual planned baby, or accidental, as this one wants to call it, accidental hookup baby. Okay, child. Anywho, let's get back into it because she wants to sit here and tell us. She wants to tell us that he sat here and sent this text. This is a text that he sent to her. Okay.
So we spoke about this. We had a deep discussion about what that would mean for him to be stepping up as a father to Cairo, and what it would look like as far as financial responsibility, helping out, being an active parent in his life, being present. And after much thought and consideration, I agreed to this proposition from Tyler. Since that moment when Cairo, since that moment, Tyler has been considered to be and has acted as a father to Cairo.
I don't like them little pauses. Now, since the moment Cairo was what, born? Cairo was what, a month? Cairo was walking? Since what moment? When was this agreement made? There's a text message. So from that text message, give me that date on when he propositioned you this request. And then from there, we can factor in it took about a week, 2 days, or 3 days, whatever the case may be. When was this agreement made? How old was the baby when the agreement was made? How long has the ex-wife been gone? There's too many pauses in this story for me to sit here and just fully believe Bree and just think that she just wants to clear the air for her babies. Because technically, you didn't have to clear no air for the babies. Sounds like, especially for baby number 1, that Tyler is on point. Now we get to the other 2, baby, that might be different. So that's the air we need to be clearing. Maybe on the other 2. But right now, it sounds like it's on point. Like he didn't tell a lie that he was just a donor. Am I wrong? Y'all correct me in the chat if I'm wrong. Because for right now, for baby number 1, it sounds like he was telling the truth, that he was just a donor. Because she said they agreed that he would not play a father figure role, that he is just a donor. Now, on Tyler's behalf, and not really on his behalf, I'm going to be on his ass. Negro, if you decide that you're going to step up and be a father figure, you cannot come on a TV show and tell me that you are a donor to any. So if she provides us with the text message that says that you requesting to be a father to your kid, you no longer can consider yourself a donor, brother. You're a father. Be freaking honest. Let's be freaking honest with that. If y'all sat down for hours and had conversations and went back and forth on how it's beneficial, how you should be paying this, how it should look, all of this stuff that she is sitting here saying. If I'm to take what she is sitting here saying right now to be true, sir, you're a whole liar. You're a whole damn liar out here in these goddamn streets. And that's very unfair to your damn children because they didn't ask near one of y'all to be here. That's unfair for any child to sit here and be adopted by anybody, regardless if they're biological or not. For somebody to sit here and say, I'm going to step up and be in a child's life and then only disappear when it's convenient for them. So since we not protecting the babies no more, I hope that she is sitting here telling the truth. And Tyler, you need to get your shit together. Because that's freaking crazy. You tell this woman, let me step up and take care of the kids since the wife left you. And about a year or so later, you disappear. Come the freak on. That's crazy.
Okay. In regards to
All right, so that's part 2.
all right. So now as far as the twins. Unlike Cairo, the twins were simply unplanned. If that needs to be spelled out for some people, Callie and Kamari are the results of natural, unplanned intercourse with absolutely no complexity surrounding parentage. They were conceived before Cairo turned 1, and fully admit, I have not always been the most comfortable with that truth, due to the fact that I've lived the majority of my life as a lesbian.
So you're not comfortable with the truth that you like a little peen on the side? So you trying to tell me this the first time you had some peen? Or you just not comfortable with the truth that you're not as hardcore? Oh shoot, I pushed the wrong button. You're not as hardcore as a lesbian you say you are.
All right.
I'm confused again. What truth are we not? What truth we not comfortable with? She said her daughter was asking about her brother. You know what? We're gonna get into Deshaun too, because you want to say that the two, because I do know a part of this whole situation with Deshaun going to court and fighting for the child and all this stuff like that and giving up. Now there's 2 parts of that, and 2 parts can be true, okay? But when you come to me and say that's my baby, ain't no giving up. You don't give up on that fight. That fight will still be going on today. You know how, and to be honest with you, it doesn't matter if that's not your biological baby. If you can prove this woman is unfit, which it sounds like she could have, doesn't matter. You could have got that baby if you wanted to. If you really wanted that baby, you shouldn't have up and left the way you did. So that's why I'm still confused. Did you come to this place, sign this document saying that you are the parental parent, and then pack your stuff up and leave? Then you wonder why the court won't give you the child. So let's not sit here and say what Bree did to your daughter, because you did the same thing to her son. You know why? Because they're not biologically yours. You feel some type of way, just like Bree will feel some type of way because your daughter is not biologically hers. People tend to do that when they break up and they had a partner who had children before them. Very seldom. There's few people that get real close to the child and continue to still talk to the child or do for the child, regardless of what happened between the parent. Let's be honest on that. There's good people out there that does that. But majority of us, once we break up with everybody. I love you, but I can't stand your daddy. Sorry. And we move on with our lives. Deshaun, you moved on with your life. You didn't care. You moved on with your life before while this baby was born. Before this baby was born, you moved on with your life. You came back, you signed the document, and you continue to pack your stuff and move on. So these partial truths that everybody want to say just to make sure that they side is right is crazy to me. Because at the end of the day, guess who's hurting from all of these partial truths that y'all want to give? Your children, because they're stuck in confusion too. Excuse me. Anywho, let's let her carry on. Let's let her carry on with her story, okay? Let her read to tell us what she got going on.
So now as far as the twins, unlike Cairo, the twins were simply unplanned. Uh, if that needs to be spelled out for some people, Callie and Kamari are the results of natural, unplanned intercourse with absolutely no complexity surrounding parentage. They were conceived before Cairo turned 1, and fully admit, I have not always been the most comfortable with that truth, due to the fact that I've lived the majority of my life as a lesbian. Nonetheless, it is exactly that, the truth. Tyler was there with me the entire way, extremely supportive. We went to doctor's appointments together. We even were living together.
So adultery. Y'all was committing adultery. Because you're married still, right? I'm pretty sure the divorce wasn't finalized. I don't know. Does the ex-wife, y'all tell me I haven't got over there yet. So does the ex-wife says that the divorce was finalized before the oldest child turned 1? Yeah. I heard I seen that part. I got it queued up for that part right there. That's why I said I told people in the beginning that it's gonna be a little trigger warning or whatnot. But let's be honest. Let's be honest. Why would I come back and sign the paper if I'm going through DV with you? You have a baby that is not biologically mine, meaning that my eggs were not carried by you. What skin in the game do I have to come and sign the daggone paper? Why do I need to sign the birth certificate? I just need to get away from you. You're lying to me. You're giving me DV because I asked you questions about a situation that I don't feel comfortable with or whatever. And then on top of it, I move all the way clear across the country to get away from you. But just to come back to sign the birth certificate, make that make sense for me. Yeah, make that make sense for me. Why would I do that? You're having a baby with this man over here. I know it. I feel it in my gut. And every time I ask you about it, you decide to put hands on me. I'm not coming to sign crap. Figure it out. Because I'm not about to be punished because you want to sit here and be a little loose. You want to be an undercover straight girl. Now what I'm saying, just go y'all separate ways. That could have been solved so easy. They should have just went their separate freaking ways. Deshaun should have just stayed gone, not come back here for this child, the birth of anything like that. I'm dead. You got one time. I'm like, oh girl, off of what's love got to do with me. You got one time to put your hands on me. And this is part of the reason why I could never be up in a girl on girl relationship because if I feel like if I feel like I can beat your ass, if I feel like I can beat your ass, oh, we probably shouldn't be in a relationship because you're gonna do something and we're gonna be toe to toe outside on the green. Okay. And if you think as a woman that you about to put your hands on me any type of way, we gonna be on the green so the blood can be seen. That's all that's gonna happen because ain't no way. Hell, ain't no way I'm gonna let a man put their hands on me. So damn, ain't no way I'm about to let a woman put her hands on me and I get away from you just to fly back to come sign the birth certificate. Am I hearing this thing correctly? Because sometimes my logic be logicking in on its own accord. So I just want to make sure that I am hearing everything correctly. Y'all let me know in the chat. Y'all let me know in the chat if I'm hearing it correctly because this is not making no sense. First of all, we made an agreement for a man not to be a father figure, only to get her sex from him and have a negotiation later on to say, okay, you this is what you get to do. Secondly, we sat there and said we not gonna tell nobody because we wanted to keep it between us. I don't feel comfortable with sharing with the world that I done slept with a man and woo. Secondly, every time my woman asks me about it, I put my hands on her. So now she done up and left me, but only to return to write her name on the birth certificate just to pack her stuff up and leave again. Let's continue.
He was there throughout my entire pregnancy, at the time of the delivery, and throughout my entire stay in the hospital. After birth, he signed the birth certificates. He cut the umbilical cords. Yeah. His mom and sister came and visited me in the hospital, visited us in the hospital after the twins were born, etc. Again, there has never been any confusion or
I don't like her pauses. Her pauses are leaving out a lot of information, but okay.
additional context surrounding the twins' origin. We left the hospital as parents of 3 children. Tyler and I, as I already said, like we lived together for over a year in an attempt to give the kids a 2-parent household with the understanding that we were.
Is my math not mathing? Somehow my math. I need some actual dates, okay? You lived together over a year. You got pregnant. You got pregnant prior to the first baby turning 1. We missing a lot of story. Okay, let's carry on.
We're still gonna be dating other people. Yeah.
Did that look like a face of a person that's okay with somebody dating other people? I don't know. I wasn't convinced on she was okay with people him dating other people, but all right. I mean, we know that she want to date other women. She don't want to date other men, so they don't really care. You know what I'm saying? But I don't think she was too comfortable about him actually dating other people. But hell, look at all the confusion now we got. Okay, so let's break this all the way down. We're gonna get into the last piece or the last 2 pieces of this. I think I don't know. It's part 5, so I don't know. So Uncle Daddy, because now Tyler's Uncle Daddy, because he's an uncle to the first child, daddy to the second child. Jerry Springer moment. We got to sit here and tell the children, hey, your uncle's your daddy. How are we going to explain that when we get older? How do I explain to my kids, your uncle is your daddy, but he not really your uncle because he your daddy. But y'all didn't want to complicate nothing. Y'all wanted just a smooth ride this out, you know what I'm saying, to make sure the kids is okay. We want to make sure they got a two-parent household, but neither one of us are actual parents. I mean, one of us is, but the other one is like an uncle, not really a father figure type person, individual in one kid's life, but in the other two, he is the actual father, but he's the uncle. But we supposed to be wonder why our kids be so messed up and so confused today, okay? Anytime a person just left and don't get any reason or that they're the problem, like why would your wife just pick up and leave you? But no, not even with no reason, not even a bad one. Listen, why would your wife just pick up and leave you while you're pregnant? First of all, first of all, ma'am, clearly she don't watch Love and Marriage Detroit because you can't even call a pregnant woman a stooge. You let alone as a pregnant woman, why are you committing DV? Am I confused? I'm pregnant and committing DV? So, and I'm not gonna say Deshaun is lying in it because if she got actual paperwork on it, she got actual paperwork on it, and I don't put it past this one because this one want to be a boy all the way around. So it is what it is. And I know a lot of these relationships end up being a lot of DV up in it. So I don't put it past her. But ma'am, you want to make sure that your kids is okay and that their innocence is protected from a lie, yet you're out here putting hands on somebody while pregnant. Allegedly. Let me say allegedly. Let me get my banner up. Let me find my alleged banner, okay? Let me put this up. Allegedly. You are putting hands on somebody while pregnant. I don't care what part of the pregnancy you was in. You was somewhere in the pregnancy while this girl is confused and trying to figure out what kind of relationship you and Tyler got going on. So if this John's story is true and she got paperwork to back her story, you were out here while pregnant putting hands on her because you're confused on your sexuality. That's wild. That is 100% wild. You're confused on your sexuality, so you're going to put hands on her. Child, this that another Tisa Tales, baby. It's another Tisa Tales. The story just keeps going. The story just keeps growing. You know what I'm saying? This is wow. Let's get back to it though. Okay, so that's the end of that one. Oh Lord, I don't know where I'm at. Let me see. I'm glad she put some numbers on these things.
Yeah. So, as I already implied with that, I will say Tyler and I have never officially been together. We never truly dated. But we had these kids and we were raising these kids together. We were co-parenting these children.
When a person says they never officially been together, what they mean? Like, you mean you never really been in a relationship? Because y'all had relations. Y'all been together. Sounds like a few times. Shoot. You're not gonna sit here and try to tell me that y'all only did it once and this baby happened out of the one time doing it, okay? I doubt that. But carry on, ma'am. Carry on.
Together. And we were legit. Or I felt like we were best friends. I truly hate that I had to provide an explanation in hopes of defending myself and my children.
Why you had to defend yourself? Why did you have to defend yourself? You told us the first child was basically artificially inseminated. So what are you defending? Have we? I'm sorry. I'm totally lost because from the editing that I seen so far, we only spoke of the children being donor. He's a donor to the children, right? He didn't speak on this situation and these people and this it and all that or whatever. So what are you defending? I need to know what she's defending. You're defending the fact that you like peeing. Is this an attempt to try to get your ex-wife back? Is this the winner? I'm confused. What the freak are you defending? Because right now you're making it worse for your children. Somebody told me in another chat the other day that I should understand that because I wrote in there, I said, all of these stories sound like just from bitter people. These are some bitter people. I get the ex-wife's reasons for being bitter. Her reasons for being bitter is very legit to me. You have suspicions of your wife sleeping with a man, and those suspicions happen to be true. Very legit. Very legit. So her bitterness, I can understand. And to be honest, she don't even come off bitter from the little bit I seen. The tidbit that I seen, I don't know how deep it gets into the whole conversation. So maybe she gets bitter later on, but she didn't seem bitter. This right here seems bitter. You started off saying this is your best friend. She gonna finish this thing saying, I wish him well. When he went to the show, I hope he found love. We agreed that we gonna see other people. We not really in a relationship. It's not really a thing. We just doing this co-parenting thing because he needs to help me out because these two babies is actually his. Technically, the third is too, but we not really claiming it like that. But either way it goes, he gonna be here for all of them. This is what it is. And he dipped on me when he went on the show. We ain't got there yet, but that's what she gonna tell us. It's giving bitter. Somebody in the comments told me, of course they bitter or whatever. It's still Tyler. Tyler is no, it's not just Tyler. Tyler is a villain because we watched Tyler on the show, but he's not the only villain in this whole scenario. This woman is diabolical just as much as Tyler is. You sit here and make a plan to tell this man that no, I just want your sperm. You will not be a father figure in it. However, I will keep you on the sideline because you're my best friend so you can play uncle to your child. Foolish enough, he agrees to do the stuff. I don't know why you agreed to do that. But you know why I know you agreed to do that? Because you've been secretly lusting on this girl. You've been secretly want to knock it off. And I'm not gonna sit here and I don't want him to tell me nothing else because Negroes be like secretly be looking at some studs. Some studs be really getting the eyes of some men. And the men be secretly want to knock themselves off. So Tyler, you secretly wanted to hit this lady. You probably wanted to hit her wife if y'all didn't already. She want to say y'all didn't, but what y'all saying up in this chat before I get back to this foolishness of this lady? What you say, Trey? Back in the day, you knew a woman who purposely fought people while pregnant because most people wouldn't hit a pregnant woman. This really happens. I know. But I'm just saying, she wants to sit here and tell us right now how she's want to protect the innocence of her children, all this stuff like that. But when that child was in your womb, you weren't trying to protect it then. You figured you could put hands on this woman because she wouldn't attack you. You knew she wouldn't attack you, and you probably put hands on her before you got pregnant. And if I'm triggering anybody out there, I really do apologize because I'm really pissed off about this situation right here. But don't sit here and tell me you want to protect your children now, but when you was carrying the child, you wasn't worried about protecting it then. Tina Bree says everything comes out on television, and now she feels the need to tell her side, tell her truth. Embarrassing. This is where all three sides to it. There is always three sides to every story, and in this case, it's four. Oh, that's the other point that I wanted to make because I said it in the chat. So shout out to my homeboy Lens, Love Lens Reviews. Go over there and y'all watch his live. He broke it down a little bit over there as well. Um, and I was over there. And so when I was over there, I was like, well, I want to hear Tyler's story. They got him. Why you need to hear Tyler's story? Why you need to hear his story? Because it's still truth. There's the truth in between all of their stories. So I need to hear his story. You know what I'm saying? Now I know his story's gonna twist and turn a little bit just because these two have brought their stories out, and so it's gonna twist and turn. But I still want to hear his story because between all three of their stories, the truth is in the middle. But we gonna break it all down right now because we breaking hers down right here, and a lot of it is not truthful. You know why it's not truthful? Because she's not even truthful about her sexuality herself. She's not even truthful about herself. She's still fighting herself on whether or not she likes a little peen on the side. And let the ex-wife tell it sounds like you like a lot of peen on the side, like y'all was doing some freaky things or whatever, whatever, whatever. So, ma'am, you're still a part of the community. You're just bi. You're just fluid. You just go with the flow, ma'am. You might like to live your day to day dressing up as a man, but you still like peen. It is okay. I said this in the live before. Shout out to Flame Monroe, who is a whole biological man who has transitioned to a woman, but still has laid and slept with women to conceive his children and admits it. Live in your damn truth. Truth is, you like a little peen on the side. You might not like it as you like the pee, the punani, but you like a little peen on the side, okay? Who doesn't? Except for straight men, okay? Child, I like a lot of peen on the side. Me personally, I like it on the side, the front, the back. However I can get the peen, I like it. Peen is good. Be proud, woman. Jeez, this is ridiculous. All of this because you scared to admit that you like a little peen. But the community, the friends that you have, gonna laugh at you. My my guy over here, Big Jaw, is making a whole series about it. Obviously, there's a lot of people in the community that are like you, ma'am, who like a little pain on the side. It's a whole series on YouTube about it. This is season 2, I think. Maybe even season 3. You're in good company, ma'am. It is okay. The fuck? Jesus. It's crazy.
I just could not continue to sit back and allow what was being said about me and the kids to continue on and just be lied on and just sit here. What's further upsetting is that Tyler was at my house the day before he left for this show. He came to see the kids. He came to say goodbye. I wished him luck. So this is why it's just very hard for me to understand what's like what.
Well, it's hard to understand, ma'am. You wished him luck. You told him goodbye. You said that y'all are okay to see other people. You told him he is not to be a father figure in the first one's life.
Happened. The kids even sent him a video on his birthday last year while he was in the pods, wishing him a happy birthday. So in my head, there was a chance he was going to find love. I wished this for him. I just did not think that meant that he would neglect his children. After Tyler got back from Mexico.
Listen, he shouldn't have. I agree with you, ma'am. I 100% agree with you right here. And when it comes to the case of them twins, he is the father. He should not have neglected them. We can add the third one in there for a bonus. He should be in there anyway, but we can add him in there as a bonus. But he technically got something written by somebody else written on the paperwork. Okay. Now I don't know by this time. I don't know if by this time the paperwork had changed and Tyler has his name on the birth certificate and he has been acting like a father, uncle, daddy to this child. Now the child is calling him daddy. That's another question. Do these kids call him daddy? What do these kids call him? Not one person has mentioned what these kids call him. Do they call him Uncle Ty? Do they call him Daddy Ty? How do these kids know him? I don't want to bring the kids in like this, but we also need to speak to the kids because how do the kids actually know this man? Since y'all want to tell us these stories, since we want to protect the innocence of the kids, what confusion do y'all have the kids under at this point right now? Is the oldest one calling him uncle while the other two is calling him daddy? Are they all calling him daddy now? You know what? That's a good point, Capricorn. Moon goddess, that's a good point. She might. But ma'am, you're a woman at the end of the day. That's what you naturally biologically trained to do. Your DNA made up to be as attracted to some peen. I also do understand that, and I said this in my live the other day. If y'all was there, y'all go back and watch it. I said it the other day. The lesbians that I understand to be full lesbians is the ones that never had peen before. They also probably would never consider getting pregnant and having a baby because, again, they never had anything go up other than a tampon, them. So that they kind of like can't fathom something coming out of them. Now, some of them do have an innate nature desire to want to be the carrier, but most of the ones that I actually know, they prefer to wear the strap and not be strapped. Okay, so they not trying to receive anything. The one of them I know specifically won't even let her girl go down on her because she don't want to be treated like a woman in any sort of way. So I'm just confused on why you confused, ma'am, that you like a little peen. You've been liking it. It's giving you getting it before you decide you want to cross over and live your life on the other side. Anywho, I knew the truth as soon as when the ex-wife said how everyone really originally knew each other. They all were into a freak parties. Oh, so the ex-wife was into it too. Oh, okay, okay. That's what I'm saying. That is what I'm saying. That is so that she is a bisexual woman, not a lesbian. I guess the people that she hangs around, the community be icing you out for a lot of different reasons sometimes. So I guess she would have to hang in the bi community and not really the lesbian, the lesies. She can't really hang with the lesies because the lesies is like, well, we don't really like those that like D over here. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I just don't get it. To me, if you in a community, you in a community. We all family. Yeah, you cousin. You a cousin. Hell, you like a little peen on the side. I don't, but it's good. You know what I'm saying? Y'all don't ice out. You don't ice out the men. Excuse me. Oh, sweetheart. I know you got up in here late. I know you got up in here late. I know you got up in here late. But I already said we gonna get into that video, okay? We gonna get into it. Don't worry. It's cute. It's cute. Mm. So sorry, y'all. Excuse me. These people about to work the code up out me. Well, at least there's gonna be stuff for something. I think she does eventually say she was confused or ashamed to admit that she was with a man. No, she said it. We heard it already. She said it. She has said it. But then you can't sit here. You can't sit here and try to go back on this story and try to tell me that you was a confused and ashamed, but you did it multiple times. Not once did she say this was a one-off. Y'all didn't deep that? Not one time did she say this was a one-off. She said it was unplanned, natural pregnancy, not a one-off. I literally hear people tell us how, one time I never had it. This one time I got pregnant. That's generally how most people would say it. All the times I ain't never did nothing with a man. One time I did it, I got pregnant. Ugh. She didn't say this was a one off. These were freak offs. These was a constant thing. This man was living with you for a whole year and plus, like you say. You gonna tell me you at some point on some night he ain't went up in it? Y'all pretended to be family. Y'all doing a two-parent household and all this stuff like that. He sold you a dream because you were vulnerable. Your wife left you. You got on hormones from being pregnant and all this stuff like that. You got sold a dream. Now you mad. But never once did you say this was a one-off. You didn't say, you know what, we was both so drunk that night and we ain't never did it other than that time, but we got pregnant. I know the exact date. You know why you didn't say none of that? Because you don't know the exact date that it happened. You just know it was sometime before the other one turned one, meaning that it had to be at least a month before the oldest one turned one. Because you need some time to find out that you was actually pregnant. And you probably was running around doing some things and didn't even realize you was up until you realized you didn't have a period. That your womanhood has skipped. And in some cases, your womanhood might not skip for a while. But it wasn't a one-off. I know there was some people with sinus issues going around last week, so. Oh, you want a lion gift, baby? Okay, I got you, boo. Because that's what we doing up in here. That's what we doing.
Lies! There you go, this bitch.
Hold on, because we got more. But wait, there's more. Because y'all know I keep a whole bunch.
There have been a lot of lies set around this dinner table here tonight, but that you can't believe.
And for sure, I can believe this lady was getting peened more than one time. Okay, I will believe that. That I will believe. But okay, does this look like a face of a person that has only got peened one time? I don't care if she was D down by her best friend. Does this look like the face of a person who's only got D'd one time?
He reached out to me. He let me know he was alive. It wasn't until I began asking him like when he was going to see the kids that I started to notice something was off. I let him know that the kids missed him. I told him, I updated him on like their lives, but I could tell things were off.
I guess we need an update after 8 weeks. Okay, go ahead.
He kept giving excuses as to why he couldn't see them. And then
wait, this was still in Mexico, so we ain't even 8 weeks. We probably 4 to 5, 6 maybe weeks in. I don't know what we do. 3 weeks in a pod, 2 weeks in a pod. Was it 2 weeks in a pod? A week in Mexico, 3 weeks in a pod, a week in Mexico, or something like that. So we need an update on a month or whatever. Okay, ma'am, go ahead, update away.
One day I noticed that he deleted his Facebook, which is where all the pictures that he would post of the kids and him with the kids. That's where all the pictures were. And once I saw that he deleted his Facebook, I instantly knew what he was doing. And I was completely heartbroken for my children. I thought everything was okay between us. I never imagined or thought that he would attempt to disown our kids.
You heartbroken. I'm so frustrated I can't rewind this.
We even discussed.
You heartbroken for the kids or yourself, ma'am? Okay, I'm gonna let her continue before I go on with my thought. Let me see.
Me and the kids possibly being at the wedding prior to him leaving, if he had made it that far. So it's honestly just all really surreal. I was and continue to be completely disappointed by all this, and how he was ignoring my requests for help with the children and like just seeing them. So I decided, and I continue to fight for all the back child support that he owes me. I filed for contempt of court, and that is ongoing. And also out of disappointment, I also filed to change the twins' last names so that they could all have the same last name.
What's the last name? Is it her last name she wants to file for? So you want child support, you want some child support and you want to file, you want to change the last name. Because he was there. He signed the birth certificate, so the children should have his last name, right? So now you want to take his last name off the twins and put whose last name on there? The ex-wife's? Whose last name is on the first one? Is the ex-wife's last name on the first one or her last name? She wants to put all her last name on all these kids' thing. You could have had him not sign the paper while he was there. When he was at the hospital. When you were pretending he wasn't the father of the first one, you could continue to pretend he wasn't the father of these two. And we could have kept this ride going. Because y'all had no relationship. Remember? That's what I wrote down in my notes. There was no deep situation. You had no relationship. Y'all was okay with seeing other people. You were just in the house. He was just supposed to be in the house to help you, the kids. So he never had to put his name on the birth certificate. You could have sat here and rolled with the lie. We gonna keep it all in the buck. I don't know who the daddy of these kids is. There's Uncle Ty who helps me out because that's like my bro right there. That's your uncle. Ma'am, let's be honest. You like this man probably as much as he liked you at one time. Because you're confused on your sexuality, you tell him, no, it's cool. Go be with other people. Go be with other people. Find the love of your life. So he goes and do that. Now you are mad and want back child support. You originally told this man you will not play a father role in the first child's life. Now you want old child support. You were ashamed that you slept with a man to conceive your twins, but now you want child support. I ain't saying she shouldn't get it. Because damn it, he done made these babies. He need to pay for them. Ain't no reason the taxpayers need to be paying for his kids. He's here, alive, well, able-bodied man. He need to pay for them babies. But ma'am, you're not going to sit here and act like you didn't have a hand in this. That you were okay with all this stuff until it didn't go your way. You're acting like a regular bitter baby mother, and that's very sad. You were okay with everything up until he found love because you didn't think he was going to go on there and do it. Y'all had talks about being in the wedding and all this stuff like that. Like, what he was gonna say? That's my sister and her kids. Those are my nephew and nieces. Is that what he was gonna tell it? You was gonna be okay with that lie? No, let's be honest right now. Was Bree really gonna be okay with that lie? Yeah, she just said it. She had talks. She didn't understand if it was gonna be Ashley. She didn't know who it was gonna be, but they supposedly talked that whoever, if he made it that far, if he made it that far, that her and the kids would be at the wedding. So what was you gonna tell them? When you got introduced, how was you gonna be introduced? As a mother of his kids? Because you're still ashamed. You still don't want this out there. You are a private person. You told us in the beginning of this thing, you are a private person. You don't like your business out there. So what story was you going to come on this TV and tell us? Had you got the invite to the wedding, what story was we going to be told on who the heck you are with these kids? You told this man to lie from your very first pregnancy. But he's supposed to get in the pods and tell the truth now. In all fairness, he really should have. And that's why he forever is going to be a big villain in this whole story. He really owed that to Ashley to really tell her the truth. But I'm still under the impression he might have told her something why she decided to still make a decision to be there at the end of the daggone day. He had to tell her something. Now, I don't know if it's the truth, just his truth, part of the truth, enough of the truth just to get her married, but he did. He told her something. But what was he supposed to sit here and tell the world when you decide to bring your ass up on that TV screen with these three kids that you told him in the first place not to sit here and claim on at least one of them? I swear, I feel like me personally, I would feel like, okay, if she started with the twin story, I'd be like, okay, she come in, she say, you know what, baby number one, we agreed that it was going to be me and my wife's. He helped us out. That's what it is. But baby number two and three, oh no, that was us, baby. We did that. We got freaky one night, and guess what? Boom, baby happened. Now, am I proud? No, because I'm not a married person, and I was cheating on my wife when I did it. Because we gonna gloss over that part, ma'am. You were cheating on your wife still, because I don't think it don't sound like you were divorced. A year. Your wife is currently in California. You're in DC. From my understanding on DC laws, and I'm not sure if it's just Virginia, Potomac, or whatever, but it sounds like on those laws over there that y'all have to go through a separation anyway for a year. So within the separation, you was over here getting your freak on. You got pregnant. So basically, you committed adultery. And you're going to sit here and act like Tyler is the wrong one, that he's sitting here telling all the lies? You were okay with all the lies up until he said he was what he was, a donor to the first child, a donor to the second child, because you're still not even comfortable to tell the truth on the fact that you slept with this man. How else is he supposed to look at it? I'm a donor. I come in and I provide some sperm, some money, couple of little quality time, pick the kids up here and there. At the end of the day, I am a donor. But why y'all all running around here being selfish as F? Not thinking about you putting this on your live. Now I got it on my goddamn live. Everybody else got it on their live. This thing is being aired on national TV. One day, your kids got to find out about all of this. Because the first day y'all got together, you decided to lie. The great lesson in all of this right here is that y'all need to stop lying. Stop practicing lying. Because look how much you got to keep lying to try to keep the lie up. At this point, you're still not coming here to tell your truth, but you want to tell us in the beginning of this, I need to state my truths. Well, your truth is still not truthful, ma'am, because you're leaving out a lot of this stuff. You're not talking about the DV on why your wife left you in the first place. Allegedly, according to her, let me put my badge back up. Allegedly, according to her, you're not talking about that part. You're not talking about the freak offs that you and him is supposed to be having. You're not giving us actual dates of when the babies were conceived, or a time frame of when they were. You didn't give us the text message that he said, hey, I want to step up and be a daddy. I want to be a real father to my children right now. You don't provide none of that. I hope she sees this video. Provide those facts. Since you want to clear everything up, provide that paperwork. guess what? You can get text messages on every freaking phone number that you ever had. You can get that. But let her carry on.
Yeah. So, as I already implied with that, I will say Tyler and I have never officially been together. We never truly dated. But we had these kids, and we were raising these kids together. We were co-parenting these children together. And we were legit, or I felt like we were best friends. I truly hate that I had to provide an explanation in hopes of defending myself and my children. I just could not continue to sit back and allow what I want to add, in fairness, I understand that there is an argument to suggest that despite him wanting and accepting the role as Kai's dad, that maybe he doesn't or shouldn't have any responsibility for Cairo. While I and the courts at this point disagree, I respect this argument. However, there's nothing and absolutely no context that exists that would suggest the same for the twins. With that, Tyler hasn't spoken to or seen the kids since September 30th of 2023. That was the day before he left for this show. And that's why I'm so beyond.
Oh, we know dates now. Oh, we know how to read a calendar now. September 20th, 2023. So we know how to read the freaking calendar now. Okay. All right. Let her continue.
I'm hurt and angry with him about all of this, because it just didn't have to be this way. It shouldn't be this way. I completely supported his decision to go on this show. I wanted him to find love. I wanted him to find happiness. I just didn't think that involved disowning his kids in any way. I can't wrap my head around why he felt the best way to do that would be to cut off the kids, then to make matters worse, lie on national television and say they're merely sperm babies and they don't know what he looks like. Yeah, that it all hurts. I understand this is for everyone's entertainment, but this is our real lives. And it sucks. It really sucks. But if the intent here was to protect me and the children, although I appreciate that,
if the intent here was to protect me and the children. I like how she always put herself first, but carry on, ma'am.
As their mother, I feel like the best way to do that would have been to maybe not speak about children at all on the show. My brain does not understand how going on the show on national television and denouncing them to sperm babies is protecting them. And with this, my heart is truly completely broken for my children and for myself. I lost my best friend. My children have been disowned and at this point disrespected by their father.
The children been disowned and disrespected by their father. Ain't that some? So as we recap through this thing, they made an agreement for the first child, once again, not to sit here and have Tyler as a father figure or in a fatherly role. but he disrespects and disowns the children. Ma'am, do you realize this is the edited show? We did not even see Ashley's mouth ask him the question. All we see is said, I don't know. We don't even know what he was saying, I don't know to. But because you watch his Instagram, erase all his account and all this stuff like that, because he found love and he moved on with his life like you were supposed to be doing with your first child, because that was what you was going to be okay with doing. Y'all was going to move on. If you and the wife had stayed together, y'all was going to move on with your life, regardless of how Tyler felt with that first child. By no means am I giving this man a pass, because he was a fool in the first place to go with this agreement without any proper paperwork and anything to cover his own ass. You are an idiot, sir. So if she get child support, pay up. High key, I wish she do. But ma'am, don't sit here and try to tell us that you were sitting here trying to be a protection of your own kids when you told your kids a lie in the first place. You've been selling your kids confusion since jump. They uncle daddy is now their father, who is no longer, he's an absent parent now. When he could have been an absent parent from the beginning and we not have this problem, and you could have just raised your kids however you wanted to and not be over here hurt because you lost your best friend. Why would you even sleep with your best friend if you didn't want to lose your best friend? That's the quickest way to lose your best friend. Sleep with him. On top of it, ma'am, you live primarily your life, as you put it, as a lessee. So why would you bring confusion by sleeping with the man to your own life? You're not protecting your own life, and you're sitting here telling us that Tyler's supposed to protect you and the kids, and if he did it his way, that's the wrong way? Ma'am, you don't even have the right way. What are we talking about right now? How are you protecting yourself and your children by doing all of this foolishness? Now you out here with an ex-wife, you a single parent of 3, and you're mad at this man because he found love and is moving on with his daggone life and ain't talked to you. Because you told this man from jump that this wasn't what it is. Thank you. Yes, she put her desire over her goddamn kids. You led by your coochie, and you gonna sit here and be mad at this man for leading by his peen? Get the hell up out of here, lady. Get the hell up out of here. But you don't want to provide us with no dates. You don't want to provide us why your ex-wife will leave you while pregnant. But you got a date from the last day you spoke to him, the day just before he went in, because he came over that day to see you and the kids. But you forgot you talked to him on his birthday, so there was another date you talked to him. Then you also said you talked to him in Mexico. His birthday was in the pods. We watched his birthday. I got the picture on my thing of his birthday in the pods. Then you talked to him again in Mexico. But the last time you talked to him was September 20th, 2023. Or the last time you seen him. Let's put it like that, okay? I'm not going to confuse your words, because maybe you said seen and not talk. And since he been out the pods and he been back from Mexico, he ain't talked to you since. Maybe because he's still in his honeymoon bliss of his first year, ma'am. Something you could have probably been up in had you not been dripping it down and spreading it wide for some man. But here we are. Here we are, my love. Okay. But we're going to let her finish, because I think she almost done. And I feel like I didn't want to go back to a piece that she said at the beginning of this, because she said some crazy stuff at the beginning of this, but I can't rewind because it's on Instagram.
Pray every single day that they don't grow up and see any of this, and just ready for it all to be over, and praying that at some point I start getting the financial support that I feel like we are owed.
The best way to get back at a man is hit them in their pockets. That's what all she trying to do at this point right now. You know what I'm saying? Because if this man want to come in with Ashley and decide that he want to get full custody because you out here moving foolishly, you can't be mad. And don't be mad. And don't be mad if the courts decide to give it to him. Because if he could prove you an unfit mother too, he can take them babies from you. You're moving kind of reckless as is. If he decides that the things that your ex-wife has said over on Jesse Wu's platform, to use that as a reason why the kid should not be in your care, being that you're fighting so hard for him to be the biological father now, guess what? He can come take those babies from you. He has an option to get custody of those children. Did you think about that part? You want to sit here and tell us that you hoped and pray that your kids never see any of this, yet you put it on the interweb that never dies. This stuff does not go away because you delete it. It's still on your page to this day right now because guess what? I am on your page right now. It's on my channel. It's on other people's channels, 5011 channels that it's on right now. And you pray and hope your kids never see this? Quick Google search and it's going to pop up. You better pray he give you enough child support money that you can erase the web. Child, only Beyonce at this point can do this stuff. So I don't know. The best way you could have moved is said, oh, this how you doing? You don't want to see your kids? Let me just go to court. Let me not get on this internet and clear up nothing. I'm going to let the court clear it up. Because when you give me my child support, they're going to clear it up that these is your kids. Because guess what? When we do child support, they do paternity tests. So we'll find out that these is your kids. I don't have to get on the internet and make this big old claim to clear my name or anything like that because guess what? I am a lesbian mother taking care of 3 kids. I know who their daddy is and I'm taking him to court. I don't have to clear a damn thing up. I like women, period. They about to have 2 mommies because I got a girlfriend, period. You ain't had to get up here. You got up here because you like that man more than you want to admit it. Not because it's your best friend or anything like that. Because you thought y'all can have a future as a family together. Because if it was my best friend and I just want to make sure that he gave me some kids, guess what? At the end of the day, he's still going to be my best friend because that was our agreement. Our agreement was to have the kids, not for anything else. I don't need nothing from you. I would tell him the same thing I told my biological father. My biological daughter's father. I don't need nothing from you, but she does. So as long as you provide for these kids, as long as you pay uncle for these kids, whatever the case may be, hey, do what you got to do. Now, the disrespectful part on her end from Tyler is, Negro, you still lying. You lying to your freaking best friend. You got on this show and didn't sit here and tell her, hey, listen, I'm going to have to scrub this account because the show need me to scrub it. So people won't be all in the business before the show comes out and find out I got some kids. Ride with me for a minute. Ride this ride with me because you've been riding with me all this time and I've been riding with you. Ride this ride with me for a minute. We're going to clear it all up at the end of the day. But right now, I need you to ride on the fact that we agreed that I was a sperm donor to the one. So we just going to fry. You do me this solid. I did you a solid. I did you a solid. As my best friend, I did you a solid and lied to the first child. You do me a solid right now and hold this in for right now. See, Tyler, you should have communicated. You should have talked to her. I don't know what kind of arrangement you and Ashley might personally have right now. She might have told you don't talk to her ever again, but you shouldn't have listened to that. You should have talked to this woman and say, hey, listen, in order for me to continue on with this show and continue on with the woman that I'm with right now, and if you're really happy for me, I need you to ride with this right now. Because my mom is riding on this wave. I need you to ride on this wave that I got to scrub this page right now, but I'm going to show up. I promise to be there on such and such date. Stop pulling this fucking safari shit and pulling up where you want to. No, you sit there, stick by your word that you're going to be over there on this date. Damn would Ashley say, them your kids. But you lied to Ashley in the first freaking place. So now you can't even be honest to this woman. So now she pissed off too, which I didn't understand what she wants you to be honest for when she couldn't be honest to her wife, who's pissed off too. So all you people sitting here lying on top of each other, getting mad at the other liar. Ain't no honor amongst thieves. What the hell y'all thought? You trust a liar to be a liar. Ma'am, you are a liar. He trusted you to be a liar. Ma'am, that's your best friend. Birds of a feather flock together. He is a liar. Trust him to be a liar. Don't get up here and get mad now and start trying to tell the half truths, because that's what you're doing, telling the half truths. You're not telling all the truth. I just want to out him enough, but I don't want him to feel some type of way. I'm not really trying to out him. Heifer, you're trying to out him because you could have just went straight to the court office, filed the custody paperwork, and let it be that. Let them do their magic. Let them speak for it. Because guess what? Ricky does a very good job at finding out all the information that she wants to find out. She'd have found out that you filed these court papers or whatever and stuff like that. Even though I'm getting personally, if you didn't file these papers recently after this show aired, you've been filed these papers once he left and told you that he was going on the show. Because you're going to tell me now that you've seen this 2 weeks ago, that he called 2 weeks ago. He called himself a donor. You ran to the court office. When date? That's another question. What date did you run to the court office to file for custody? What day was it? For this story, it's a lot of dates missing. It's a lot of dates missing. I got one date out of all 5 parts of this stuff. I got one actual date. She don't tell us when she filed for custody. She don't tell us when she filed for child support. She can't tell us when she actually got pregnant. She can't tell us when they made this agreement, the second agreement. Let me go because I got about another good hour left because I'm trying to go to the movies tonight. I got life to do, and I want to get into some of the ex-wife stuff and whatnot. And we're going to try to match some of this stuff up. But let me see real quick because I want to hear something back again.
I want to add, in fairness, I understand that there is an argument to suggest that despite him wanting and accepting the role as Kai's dad, that maybe he doesn't or shouldn't have any responsibility for Cairo.
Okay, so she's saying that he wants the responsibility. He wants the responsibility of the oldest one to be the oldest one's dad. That's what she went back and said to us. Okay. Okay, let me see. Let me see. All right, ma'am. All right, let her tell us whatever she wanted to tell us, child. Okay. I'm about through. I'm about through with them. They wild. They really wild, okay? It was really, really wild. And ignore that stuff over there. That's my watch later list. You know what I'm saying? I'll be having some stuff on. I gotta watch later on and shit. But yeah. All right, let's try to play a little bit of Jessie Woo. And like I said, the trigger warning. I know she does get into the DV. I don't know if we get that far into it. Whatever, I might have to come back and do a part 2, especially because my throat is starting to get real super itchy. I might have to come back on a part 2 of it to get to Jessie Woo's part. But let's see what we can get into. How much of it we can get into real quick, okay? I'm glad. Let me reset real quick. Thank you all for being with me right now through all my rant and rave of this review. This is actually my first live reaction review, and so I appreciate you all being here with me. I hope you're keeping up with my story. I'm trying to figure out what the hell they got going on over here because it's a lot of mess, and we barely got through Bree stuff. I done broke down so much on Bree stuff or whatever, and we barely got through it. And child, it's a mess. All right. Now, I'm not expecting too much of Deshaun's story to be too much fluff because Deshaun don't really have too much to gain or lose in the situation to me. But you never know. You never know. You know what I'm saying? She could still be mad about how the stuff be going down. So uh Trey, did you not just see the picture I had up? I'm sorry. Did you not just see this? Did you not see Deshaun sitting right there? Do you not see I have it already queued up? Lord Jesus, they love to tell you how to come run your channel. You know what I'm saying? Thank you, Trey. I appreciate it. Hey, no, but for real, Trey, on some real stuff, if there's any key points that I need to get at, that I can jump to, and the actual mark to jump to it to, let me know. Okay. Let me know, please. Because like I said, I haven't watched through this video. I didn't really have time to do so because it dropped Monday. Oh, you just listening, not watching. Oh, my bad, Trey. Okay. It dropped Monday and I was on set all day Monday and Tuesday. I was not in capacity to watch anything, child. I fell asleep on Housewives trying to recover. Okay. So again, I do know there is a part where she talks about a little bit. She mentions a part of their DV situation. I don't know how in depth that she goes, but I'm just going to give out the trigger warning to anybody just in case, because I don't want nobody be feeling some type of way. So if you have to check out right now, because I don't know exactly the minute mark it is. I feel like it's somewhere short right up in here. As soon as Ricky gets back on it, it's somewhere up in here. But if you need to check out, I was go ahead and say check out now. No worries, I understand. But if you are here right now while we're doing this, please like, share, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I appreciate all the love. Both links, like I said, I have a link for GingerSnaps YouTube. She has the whole baby mama in one take, what she said, what Bree said in one take, and then the link for Jessie Woo whole thing, because Jessie Woo, don't get me wrong, it's, as y'all can see, it's an hour into the interview where it actually starts, but she does cover a lot more of Love is Blind. So if you're not familiar with Jessie Woo, which I'm not sure how you're not, but if you're not familiar with Jessie Woo, please go over to her channel, watch the whole thing so you can get her whole take on the rest of Love is Blind, and also on the interview with her and Ricky as far as Deshaun is concerned. And I think they give some more tea on some other stuff in there. Like I said, I didn't really get a chance to watch the whole thing. So we're going to try to put this on. I'm going to speed up. Give me a second. Let me speed up the playback. All right. Let's see what we get from there.
And you were in DC for how long?
We lived in Maryland about 3 or 4 years.
Okay, so 3 or 4 years. 3 or 4 years. And I guess just while I'm waiting for her to come back, can you just give us first? I want to say thank you. Thank you very much for being here and joining us. Still waiting on Ricky to come back. But thank you so much for joining us. So can you just let us know basically who you are? We know that you're the ex-wife, but I want to give you your opportunity to introduce yourself and tell us what the background is as far as you and Bree and Tyler are concerned. How did you all come to know each other?
Okay, so I met Bri in the Army, and
okay,
yeah, that's how you say her name. I met Bri in the Army. When we got in a relationship, her and Tyler were already friends. Okay. And as our relationship developed, we all became really close friends. It was a group of guys and Bri that all hung out together, and me. They used to come to our house all the time, and we had my daughter we were raising together, who was helped me raise her between 10 months and 3 years old.
Okay, you're good. Can you see everybody, Ricky?
I can.
Perfect. Okay, perfect. So Deshaun is just giving us the background of how she came to meet Bri and Tyler. So go ahead. I'm so sorry.
So Bri was helping me raise my daughter from 10 months old to 3 years old, and we couldn't go to the club with them all the time, but they would come to our house and pregame for the club. Okay. They would play basketball together, all that. We were really tight. Thanksgivings, everything. These are the only people we ever spent time with. I did know Tyler's ex-fiance. He wanted me to get close with her, but I also knew that he was cheating on her every weekend. And I mean,
say what now? Say what now? You knew he was cheating on her every weekend. How you know that, ma'am? Was he cheating at your house? This your soon to be wife, best friend. Okay.
every weekend. It's a different one because him and his ex-fiance didn't live together.
Hold on. Hold on. Is that the fiance that everybody found the profile for?
Yes.
And the one that said that she came to the gender reveal, but she thought that he was just strictly a donor, but she didn't know that he was cheating on her with Bri.
She didn't know that Bri's baby was his baby.
Okay, continue.
But where did I even leave off?
Why would she know? Why would she know? Ma'am, it's not y'all baby. It's not y'all baby. Your name is on the birth certificate. It's not y'all baby. I know you talking in past tense. And I know you might feel some type of way, so you don't want to say your baby no more. Okay. But how would she know that Bri's baby is his baby when y'all agreed not to have him as a father figure? For nobody to know that he was the father of the child. Why would she know? See, y'all are okay with the lie when the lie fits you. But as soon as the lie turns on you, it's a problem. Carry on.
Yeah, so he was shooting pretty much every weekend, if not just the Friday and Saturday. And us being the friend group, we're the two girls in the group, but this is a group of guys. So he's coming back and telling us all his stories and sexcapades and all these things. I told Ricky recently about these threesomes they used to have all the time. It was just a lot. I don't know how much detail I can go into, but he's been a minute.
Whatever you feel comfortable with sharing.
Yeah. Well, I'm an open book, and that's the only reason why I came forward. I just feel like the whole truth isn't coming out, especially with my part in the story. But yeah, he had a friend in the guy friend group who liked to watch his wife have sex with other men. So he would invite his friends over and they would play little striptease games and then they would all have sex with her. When him and his wife broke up, he got another girlfriend who was okay with that and they were doing the same thing with her. It got to the point, and I wanted to make a call before this to see if this is public record or not, but it was even investigated in the Army because the first wife got upset when he got.
Okay. This is a story that had nothing to do with Tyler. This is a story that had nothing to do with Tyler. Now we just divulging other people's business. This was a friend that was in the friend group, not Tyler. This is a friend that was in the friend group. That is not Tyler, who liked to be open with his partner. That's the agreement that him and his partner have. What the heck that got to do with us? What the heck that got to do with Tyler? What the heck that got to do with you, Deshaun, or Bree? Thank you, Ra. Thank you, Rana. But what the heck that got to do with any of this story? So now you just getting the people fired up because you want to sit here and talk about how this friend group that you was a part of, ma'am. You were a part of this friend group. This is not you looking on the outside. This is you inside the friend group with him. Yeah, he might have been part of the sex part of sexing the friend. But all of this extra story that she is telling us about how he got another girlfriend and how there's a case that the wife might have put on has nothing to do with it. That man has nothing to do with any of this stuff. We don't need to know none of that stuff. All we need to know is Tyler was sleeping with that man's wife and then his girlfriend. That's it. All this extra story that we putting up in here right now is fluff. Let's be honest. This is fluff. This is fluff we don't actually need. This is a whole person that has nothing to do with Tyler lying about having children. It has nothing to do with Deshaun and Bry's breakup. It has nothing to do with the 3 kids in question. We don't need to know nothing about that man's life. Other than that, Tyler, I know that she could sit there and say, if she know for a fact, because she was there, that this man and Tyler had an agreement that he would sleep with their partner. If that's where she's going, that's all she needs to tell us. She don't need to tell us about the court case and the wife being mad and all this other stuff like that. He had a partner. They had an open relationship. Tyler used to come in. How hard is that to say? I don't have to dox any of this man's information. They clearly had an agreement. You clearly just said he found a girlfriend that was okay with it. Nothing else to do. Why are we talking about it? Don't give me the fluff so I can sit here and try to make it sound even worse on Tyler, ma'am. You were part of the friend group. You were not on the outside. Anywho, let's carry on.
The new girlfriend and reported that it was rape instead of her being consensual. So they had to do a whole investigation and all these things. So people know that these threesomes were happening. And they were
oh my gosh. This was happening while he was in the military.
No, when I met, he was not in the military.
Okay.
So again, people know these threesomes were happening, but was Tyler in the threesomes, ma'am? You're talking about a whole nother man, and neither two of these ladies are listening because they're so puzzled by this other man and his wife agreeing to let other men F her that y'all didn't even hear her say Tyler was involved in these threesomes. Was he involved in the threesomes, ma'am? That's all I need to know. Was Tyler, Tyler was cheating on his girlfriend because he was sleeping with this man's woman. That's all you had to tell me. I didn't even get that yet. But maybe she tells us. I don't know. Let's carry on.
But this is all happening while he's engaged.
So he was allegedly having threesomes when he was engaged.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, with our friend's wife and girlfriend.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Okay.
I did not think that my wife was participating in these. We would sit and have conversations about how crazy their life was and all the things that they would do. I did not know that she was a part of it. But everybody keeps wondering how I knew something was up with Tyler and her. But as well.
So, ma'am, you in the friend group. You in the friend group and Tyler coming to tell you about all his escapades and all these other women he's been sleeping with and all this stuff like that. But you don't know your wife is joining these escapades, man. When y'all hang together every weekend, he was cheating on the wife. Cheating on his girlfriend, his fiance at the time on the weekends. Y'all was all together on the weekends, but you don't know your wife was participating in these things. Child. Now, I ain't saying it ain't possible because Bree is she clearly lives a double life. I ain't saying it ain't possible. But I don't know how I'm in the friend group and I don't know nothing about it or think anything of it when this man is clearly coming to tell me all of his escapades. I'm going to be looking at my woman like, the hell you going? You ain't going out with that dude because I know what he get down. Unless I'm okay with what he get down with. Heck no. At some point, I'll be like, I know that's your best friend, but you got to stop hanging with that man, baby. Because if you keep hanging with him, I'm going to assume that you're doing the same thing. That's just how my logic works. But you know what? I don't know. When I'm in love with somebody and I'm trying to be with that somebody and I'm not trying to be with every somebody that somebody is with, I'm sitting here like, yeah, no. Your friend's a hoe, so I'm assuming you're a hoe. I don't know. That's just how I think. Maybe I shouldn't think like that. You know what I'm saying? Maybe I should trust you a little bit more. But your actions by staying home with me instead of hanging out with your loose friend would tell me I should trust you more. But if you choosing your loose friend to be out and every time I call you with Tyler, who I know is cheating on his girl, and I have no clue of your whereabouts, he's not with his girl, you're not with me. Please believe me and the girl gonna be real cool because I'm be like, where your nigga at? Because my girl said she with your nigga. So where your nigga at? You know where your nigga at? We gonna be real close. Well, we gonna be best friends. You play around with me, child. But okay. All right. Right. But I get maybe she didn't think her girl she didn't like the peen as much as she saw. Bree be telling the world she don't like the peen. So maybe she was just thinking that she not gonna be there for the peen. But you're okay with her going to smash the homie's wife, apparently. Because that's what it's giving me. You told me this whole story for a reason. So the whole story tells me that you were okay with Bri, whatever her name is, smashing the homie's wife as well with the rest of the fellas. So you were okay with the threesomes of it all. Everybody knows about the threesomes of it all. You were part of the group, so you know about the little freak offs of it all and stuff like that. You were okay. Because if you weren't okay, you and your daughter would have left a long time ago. But all right. I hear you, girl. Carry on.
women, we know how you act when you like somebody. It's the way you look at them, and you might laugh a little harder at their jokes. You might touch them a little bit more. All those things are happening, and I'm watching their interactions, and I have questions. So even at her, I think it was her 30th birthday party I threw at my house, our house.
Okay, I know for sure right now this is where she starts to talk about some of the DV. I don't know if she talks about more later on. So if you are bothered by it, I tell you now, please log off for about 5 to 10 minutes, then come back to us. We should be past it by then. But I know for now she's going to speak on it a little bit. I don't think she goes into too much depth, but if you're just bothered by the fact of it, I understand, and I understand respectfully that you decline yourself up out of here. All right, thanks.
I pulled them to the side. I had some liquid courage, and I'm like, "What's going on with y'all? If y'all just be honest right now, I won't be mad. Like, but I need to tap me." And they denied it. Me and Bri had conversations about it at home. I just revealed that our relationship was abusive, and when I would bring that up, it would become abusive. So it got to the point where I just didn't ask anymore because she was saying how disrespectful I was to accuse her with messing with a guy when she is a lesbian.
Everybody disrespectful to Bri, huh? Everybody disrespectful to Bri. Asking a question. In what world does asking a question result in disrespect? I'm trying to clear up what I feel on the inside, what I'm seeing happening on the outside. I'm trying to clear it up. I asked you a question. Now I'm being disrespectful. I got to figure out. Which way, Bri? You got to come up here and tell us which way she asked you this question. Because if she asked you like this, just because she had the liquid courage, and she might have said some curse words up in there. She might have been like, "What the F is going on?" But to ask if you are sleeping with your best friend is not a disrespectful thing. Just because you feel like you are a lesbian today. That's what I'm saying. You can't weaponize that. You can't do that. If I think I am with a lesbian and I see you flirting with a man, in all fairness, I can ask you, do you have attractions to men? It should not lead to DV. It should either lead to, nah, I just like to flirt. Nah, that's just the homie. Yeah, I like it a little bit. It should not lead to you putting hands or any other thing on me. A question should never lead to DV. What in the flipping world are we living in right now? I can't ask you a question to clear up some of the feelings that I'm having on the inside without you deciding that you want to react irrationally by putting your hands on me. If that's true, and let me go back to my alleged badge. If that is true, that's wild. As somebody who's supposed to be your fiance, your wife, or whatever at the time, she should be able to ask you these questions on what she's seeing. And baby, from the video you just gave, it gives that you still in love with this man. So I can see what she's talking about. Like, hey, y'all a little touchy for some best friends, and you just a homie on the basketball court. Do you like him? It might result into an argument, a disagreement, but it shouldn't result into you putting hands on nobody. What? And Deshaun, soon as she put her hands on you, you should have known your answer right there. Because it shouldn't result to putting hands on you. Ain't no way. You should have packed your bag right there. Oh, I clearly interrupted something. Because you about to fight me. Because that's how I look at it. You're about to fight me over this man that you say is your best friend. And I'm your fiance. I'm your wife. You're about to literally fight me because I asked you, do you like your best friend? Okay, good. That's all the information I need to know. Let me pack myself up and I'm out. Because if you're about to fight me over the question, the answer is already yes. The answer is already yes. You don't have to fight me. We're good. We're good. I got my answer. Thank you. Appreciate you. Let me exit myself out of this relationship because let me make the space for you two because clearly I'm in the way. It's me in the way of you two. But all right.
And I seen that you commented that her statement that she released yesterday was the first time you've ever heard her admit that the twins at least were conceived naturally, correct?
Yes. So I knew that, and I don't know how many gays are on here, but in the lesbian community, you're a gold star lesbian if you've never had sex with a man. I knew that she was not a gold star. I knew that she had a boyfriend in high school.
How many
but
stars is she?
She's not.
Okay. So Heifer, you're not a gold star lesbian. Because you had a boyfriend in high school. So you apparently already had some relationships with a man in high school. But you still ashamed to this day to say that you would have had sex with a man. You already did it. You're ashamed to admit your kids was conceived naturally. Why? You already not getting the gold star, baby. You can't reverse high school. The best you can do is get a silver, maybe a bronze. Go for it. You can't go for the gold no more. You lost the gold in high school. Once you had a boyfriend in high school, the gold was gone. Yeah. There's no getting it back. Okay? Once you a hoe, you can't reverse your hold'em. It just does not work that way. So, man, what is you ashamed of? Deshaun knows you already been with men. You about to agree to stick a turkey baster up your cooch. We already know a gold star is not about to agree to that. What the heck? Oh, these people about to piss me the fuck off.
Done. Quickly.
Okay.
You're either a gold star or you're nothing. But in high school she had a boyfriend.
Ma'am, don't call the other people nothing. Just because they had a little peen on the side. Hell, they still somebody. All right, ma'am. Are you gold star? Are you nothing too? Don't call the other people nothing because they had some peen. Don't shame them. Peen ain't bad, okay? Now, some bad peen out there, but peen ain't bad to have from time to time, all right? If you find you some good peen, hello. Call me. Tell him call me.
Boyfriend, but she was saying that she did that for her mom's sake. Her mom never wanted her to be gay, but she was intimate with him. When I first met her and our relationship got serious, she told me that the only way she would have sex with a man is to conceive a child. I told her that we did not have to do that. We could turkey baster. We could go to a bank. There's other options, and she was adamant that this was something she was comfortable with.
Okay, so we believe if we to believe Deshaun's side, okay, we're still allegedly because this is Deshaun's truth now. We got Bride's truth. We getting Deshaun's truth. We believe Deshaun's side. Deshaun tells us she was a pleasing her mama. Bride was a pleasing her mama by dating a man. However, she decided that she gonna have intercourse with this man, despite her mama never wanting that. Okay, I'm pretty sure in high school her mama did not want her having sex with the man's. But okay, she decides she gonna have the intercourse with the man's. Okay, and she's been delivered temporarily. Then she gonna sit here and say, hey, the only time I'm gonna have sex with a man is to actually conceive my children. Cool, that's fine. Nothing wrong with that. However, Bride wants to tell us that she is ashamed that she has had sex with a man to naturally conceive her children. One of y'all is lying. I don't know which one it is, but one of y'all is lying. So either she never told you that she would sit here and be okay with having these kids naturally and sleeping with a man, or somebody is not as ashamed as they like to think they are about sleeping with men. I'm going with the latter. I'm giving somebody who has had pain once before will get it some more. I am going with that fact. The fact that you would even agree to only have it just to make the babies is wild to me as a hardcore leslie. You're not gold star. You're at silver at this point right now. I'm gonna give you silver at this point because you did it once, so we can't get the gold. But you can get second place. You only did it once, so you at silver. So now you're down to bronze. Cause now you okay with doing it to get these babies. Say what? I don't know if I'm the only one that watched Judy and the Brat go through their conception of their baby, and it wasn't nothing easy or whatever and stuff like that. And I got a few friends have done theirs too. And to be honest with you, as a married couples, met a woman and a woman, okay, generally it's not going to be a natural conception. You know why? Because each person wants a part of them to be with that child. So it's either I carry your eggs or you carry mine. That makes it our child. I can see why Deshaun would not agree to any of this because now it's not our child, that is your child. There's no R in this unless you're carrying my eggs, and no way that you can do it naturally and carry my eggs. The eggs have to be fertilized and implanted back into me. That means it has to be extracted out. The sperm has to be extracted out, and both are artificially inseminated. Or say, how are we going to do this naturally? And it's going to be our child. Make it make sense. So if this was the arrangement Brian had talking about, I would only do that naturally, meaning that if I wasn't in a relationship with you, I would sleep with the man to conceive these children. But since I'm in a relationship with you, we need to think about other options. A turkey baster is not a reliable option, but okay, carry on. If that's the method that y'all want to choose, by all means do it. Let this guy go ahead in the bathroom and jack off into the cup, the condom, or whatever he want to jack up. Not the condom, because the condom got spermicide on it, so it's gonna be kind of pointless to do that if y'all trying to do that way. But go ahead and let him come. But apparently, you know what? As I think about it, half of us was kidnapping condoms back in the day, so I guess the spermicide is not as potent as it's supposed to be. But I guess however y'all want to do it. You want to turkey baster it up, turkey baster it up. It makes absolutely no sense that I'm going to put my kitchen appliance up in my cooch, though. My non-sterile kitchen appliance up in my cooch. Okay. All right. Hell, that's just as scary as putting Tyler's peen up in your cooch at this point. You know what I'm saying? But you know what? Deshaun, you was on to something. If you're going to turkey baster her up, it's been a less bodies than Tyler has. The turkey baster has been on a lot less bodies than Tyler's have. I at least think. Okay. But carry the freak on. These people is wild. Okay. Jesus.
But that's years later, we end up having Tyra. Fast forward, she was told, in that conversation, she also mentioned she wanted to have 2 kids by the time she turned 30. So okay. When it comes time for her to get pregnant, she comes to me. She says, 2 of my friends have volunteered to be our donor. Tyler was one of them. I told her I did not want a known donor. I wasn't comfortable with that. But again, it's an abusive relationship. I go along with whatever she says. It's her first child, like biological child too. So I just wanted her to.
Okay, ma'am. Ma'am, I'm going to get on you for a second. Why are you staying in an abusive relationship with a woman? I need to know how you got yourself tied up into this to stay in this relationship with this woman, that you will go along with this foolishness of it all. Because again, you're X'd out of the equation. The conversation is, do you want to have a baby with me or you want to have a baby with somebody else? And if you hit me to have this conversation, we don't need to have a conversation. We need to just go on our separate ways. And I do understand the dynamics of TV situations that, you know, sometimes we be up in them before we know it and we stuck in them a little bit. But what? This is some years later, you tell me. So this some years later is after she told you that she will sit here and have sex with a man to conceive her children. This years later, and now you're gone years in a DV situation, and she's come to you. Hey, I got 2 donors. It don't sound like y'all had any conversation on anything else or whatever. I got 2 donors that want to do this. Deshaun, did you want to have a baby? At this particular time, did you guys have talks on having a baby? Is this something you both agreed on that y'all wanted to do? That's my first question. They bought a kit that comes with 2 tries. Okay, that's my first question. Secondly, you need to stand on your stance. You don't want a known donor because see how complicated this thing got? On top of it, it's not your child anymore still. I understand you have your own child from somebody else, but did you not want part of this child? Did you ever want to be biologically attached to this child some way or some shape? Meaning that your egg should have been inside of Brie if she wanted to have the baby and you didn't want to have it. Meaning her egg should have been inside of you if you decided that you wanted to have the baby. But some way you're attached to this child. There's a lot of decision making going on with you being docile up in it. It's really crazy. This lady is over here having freak offs. Her friends is coming through telling they war stories and all this stuff. And you're just sitting here like, okay, whatever. With a whole kid. You got a whole kid in the picture too. Oh my God. Hold on one second. I apologize. But yeah. Okay, let's continue because I got a little bit more. We gotta get some more through this. Trying to get this done in about another 30 minutes or so.
Have her experience how she wanted to have it. We
So
tried to.
you wanted to go to a, because that's the whole thing too. It's like, why? Because he made it seem that you guys couldn't afford a donor. Is that true?
No, that's not the case.
Okay, so you wanted to actually go the.
So you can afford to go through the donor process, but you couldn't afford to leave the abuse.
The strict route with this, go to a donor hospital and do all that. But she said no, she wanted to do it with.
Yes, she chose Tyler of the 2.
Did she actually do it the turkey baster way?
Yeah,
or did they start having sex?
So that's where it gets messy.
Hey.
The first 2 times, Tyler came to our house and he went in our bathroom downstairs. We had a half bathroom and we gave him the cup. We had a whole contraption. Gave him the cup. He went in the bathroom, did whatever he did. He gave it to us. He would leave and then we would go upstairs and finish the process. We did that 2 months in a row. Didn't work. I go out of town.
Hey.
He picks me up from the airport and she goes in the bathroom. As soon as I come in the house, she goes to the bathroom. She comes out, pregnancy test. And she goes, I'm pregnant.
Okay. Hold up. Slow down. You did this 2 months in a row. Slow down, ma'am. You did this 2 months in a row. It didn't work. How many times in a month did y'all do this? Y'all bought this kit. Y'all did it 2 times. You did it 2 months in a row. Because, I just need to know. Y'all got on the ovulating system. Y'all made sure you was ovulating. She made sure that she was in the right time and temperature and all this stuff like that. By the time you came back from the trip, when was the trip? How long was you gone on the trip? Was it within the 2nd month? Because you could have prematurely took a test and it told you it wasn't there. And came back sometime later, and it came back that she is actually pregnant. Now, listen, I'm going to go with you because I really do think these 2 was getting it in within these times of trying to do this turkey baster type method. I really do think that they was getting it in or whatever. However, ma'am, I need an actual date on you too. I need an actual date when you was gone. When did you leave? Because you just tell me y'all tried this 2 months in a row and then you just dip and you come back and she got a pregnancy test. Was you gone within that 2nd month? I don't know. Please tell me. Okay. Let's go ahead and continue listening. Maybe I'm jumping the gun.
And I just broke down and said, she cheated on me. I just knew. And again, abusive relationship. She cussed me out, went off. How dare you be upset that I'm pregnant? You should be happy for me. This is our child, whatever. We go to urgent care to confirm the pregnancy because I got.
Right, don't lie to this lady talking about this our child. She ain't got no goddamn ties to the child. Don't lie to her.
Just... child before I know at home test. Let's go to the OT. She measures at 6 weeks pregnant. I was out of town for 6 weeks.
Hey, how long were you out of town?
2 weeks at most. 10 days.
Okay, so she measured at 6 weeks pregnant, meaning that in one of the months, until I get some timestamps in one of the months of y'all doing this thing twice or whatever in the 2 months in a row. It sounded like once per month, but it's given. It's given that it could have been there. Could have been there already from one of these times. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. It just happens to be on the 3rd month. I actually didn't get my period. Fun fact. I had mine. I went through womanhood for the first 3 months. Especially with the second child I lost. I went through womanhood for the first 3. I didn't even know I was fast far along as I was. Things happen. Do she get regular periods? You know what I'm saying? Is her stuff irregular? There's a lot of questions I need to factor into this part right now. There's some dates missing. You wasn't gone but 2 weeks, but when 2 weeks did you actually leave? Did you leave the last 2 weeks of the 2nd month? Did you try a week before you left? I don't know. She could have already been pregnant the first time and you get a false reading. If y'all don't take it a couple of times, you get a false reading sometimes. Your hormones just not high enough. I don't know. However, I don't deny a woman who sits here and says she would naturally conceive a baby and picks a person to do it, not to be having sex with them. So I'm going to go with your thing, okay? Deshaun, I'm going to go with your thing because I do believe she was having the relations with the Tylers.
Hey. And I bought the contraption. It was called like a stork or something. It's an at-home conception thing. I don't remember having a 3rd one. And she was like, no, we had an extra one. I found it under the sink. He gave it to me. We did it. Yeah.
So, wait, so if you were only out of town for 2 weeks, is it possible that one of the turkey baster method sessions worked?
No,
it's not.
Only because so we would do it and we were checking, the fertility. You're fertile, I think it's 2 weeks before your period. So we would check. She didn't get pregnant. Then we did it again. She didn't get pregnant. So I know for a fact 2 times.
Every time you guys done the baster method, you guys have taken a pregnancy.
These people that want to do this self-home WebMD crap. But listen, if Bri is claiming that there was a 3rd one, she slept with that man because he was a 3rd one, okay? If that's what you want to claim, that it was a 3rd kid in the house, and this lady Deshaun is telling us, I ain't buying no 3 kids. She slept with that man. Because if you're going to sit here and lie in my house and tell me that I found another one, and not say I bought another one, you're going to tell me I found another one and I know for a fact I only bought 2? Heifer, you're lying. You's a lie. You's a lie. You's a whole lie and a whole lot of lies. And I don't like any of them, okay? You are a lie, you lie, you a lie.
Lies! There you go, this bitch. The lie.
That came back.
Absolutely.
And just to be, I know we're shocked and everything, but just to be clear, because you keep mentioning abuse, and I want to be sensitive to that. I don't want to just overlook that. But was the abuse emotional, or was it physical, or was it financial?
Physical. She has I'm trying not to make this about her because I know Tyler's a story and that's what we care about. But yeah, she has a history of abuse. I'm not the first one, So yeah, it was physical abuse. The reason that I went out of town is and again, I don't want to make it bad, but she tried to kill me. Literally tried to kill me.
I'm gonna move TikTok because they will ban my ass.
I'm sorry. I don't know how much.
Okay, so this lady trying to unalive you, but you want to make it about Tyler. Ma'am, make it about the truth. Tyler is gonna get exposed regardless, because it's the truth. Make it about the truth. I had to leave because my life was in danger. Now, mind you, this is supposedly your life is in danger while her hormones on high because she's supposedly pregnant. I'm assuming this is the time you left. I'm not assuming that there's another time that you left and you came back and you left again. I'm assuming this is a time that you decided that Bree speaks of, that you left while she was pregnant or whatever. And yeah, I'm gonna rewind it real quick. I'm about to allegedly, it was a short baster. Let me run this back real quick. Let me run it back real quick, okay? Bear with me, y'all. Let me run it back. Let me.
I am so sorry. Like, yeah,
I said I wasn't gonna cry on here. So.
No, we're both very, very sorry, and we're not gonna focus on that because
run it back.
That is very
back.
So
run it back for me.
So sorry.
No.
Yeah,
I said I'll cry on here. So.
No, we're both very, very sorry, and we're not gonna focus on that because
all the things that they would do, I did not know that she was a part of it, and I just broke down in tears. I already knew she cheated on me. I just knew. And again, abusive relationship. She cussed me out, went off. How dare you be upset that I am pregnant? You should be happy for me. This is our child, whatever. We go to urgent care to confirm the pregnancy because I've had a child before. I know at home test. Let's go to the go see. She measures at 6 weeks pregnant. I wasn't out of town for 6 weeks.
Hey, how long were you out of town?
2 weeks at most. 10 days probably. And I bought the contraptions. I think it's called like a stork or something. It's an at-home conception thing. I don't remember having a third one. And she was like, "No, we had an extra one. I found it under the sink. He gave it to me. We did it." Yeah.
Wait, so if you were only out of town for 2 weeks, is it possible that one of the turkey baster method sessions worked?
No,
it's not.
Only because so we would do it and we were checking, the fertility, you're fertile, I think it's 2 weeks before your period. So we would check, she didn't get pregnant. Then we did it again, she didn't get pregnant. So I know for a fact,
every time you guys done the baster method, you guys had taken a pregnancy test that came back negative.
Absolutely.
Okay. That makes sense.
And just to be, I mean, I know I'm shocked, we're shocked and everything, but just to be clear, because you keep mentioning abuse, and I want to be sensitive to that. I don't want to just overlook that. But was the abuse emotional, or was it physical, or was it financial?
Physical. She has I'm trying not to make this about her because I know Tyler's a story and that's what we care about. But yeah, she has a history of abuse. I'm not the first one, So yeah, it was physical abuse. The reason that I went out of town is and again, I don't want to make it about her, but she tried to kill me. Literally tried to kill me.
I'm gonna use TikTok because they will ban my ass.
I'm sorry.
Okay, so this is before she was pregnant. So this is the reason why she left. She left before she got pregnant. Okay. So this is not the time when she was actually pregnant. All right, I got it. I'm glad I cleared that up. So here we go.
I'm so sorry. I am so sorry. Like, yeah,
I said I wasn't gonna cry on here. So.
No, we're both very, very sorry, and we're not gonna focus on that because that is very, very personal. And thank you for trusting us with that information. I think it takes a lot for you to come forward and say that, and then for you to see all this this whole other side being said, but you have your side, and so just like we are terribly sorry, and we're very, very happy that you're not in that situation anymore. And honestly, it sounds like you dodged a.
And whoever was in Kojo's comments trying to talk about these ladies didn't address the two ladies that led the panel, even though it was Kojo's panel, and it was only one lady on that panel when I looked on there. I'm assuming you must be talking about these two ladies. Clearly addressed it. Okay. Whoever you are on Kojo's channel who left that crazy ass comment over there and stuff, that was wild of you, because clearly you wasn't watching his panel to realize that he was reacting to this here. And these two women have clearly said how they feel about the DV situation. Okay. Carry on.
Huge bullet. So we're really thankful that you're still here with us, and that like we're honored to even hear you say your side. So again, like apologies, and we really thank you for being brave enough to even share that. That is a horrible thing to go through, but the fact that you survived that, like that's big. Yeah, our heart goes out to you. But wow. So we're at the point now where you realize, okay, this was not the turkey baster.
Yeah, but I'm in love. I want my marriage. This is a baby we've been trying for months. I have my doubts on how he got here, but he's here, and I want to be a part of his life.
Yeah.
So we.
I'm confused. you're in love with this person who tried to unalive you. Okay, you want your marriage and you're about to have this baby. Child, that's not love. That's not love, boo. I need you to find love within yourself, baby, because that's not love. Not being in love with somebody that is trying to unalive you, somebody that is DVing you emotionally, financially, a bit physically. That's not love. That's a lot of other things, but it's not love. Anybody out there thinking that they're in love with somebody putting their hands on you might be in love, but they don't love you because they wouldn't be doing that to you. Don't stand for it. You deserve somebody that loves you back. Loves you the way that you love, okay? Now, if you both put hands on each other and that's what y'all want to call love, hey, be ready for them mug shots to come across. But other than that, DV is not love, okay? So if you find yourself loving somebody who is causing you that, unlove them quickly. Love yourself. Love yourself and remove yourself, please. Seriously.
We move forward as if we were going to raise this child together. But I just couldn't look at her the same. I'm at this point, I hate to say it, but disgusted because I married a lesbian. So I don't want you to sleep with a man. Cheat on me with a woman if you're going to cheat. But yeah, so we continue. But it's still little stuff. As she got pregnant, she got more attached to him, which of course you're pregnant with his child. And if you have feelings before, of course. So we're living in the same apartment complex. It was little things domestic tasks that she used to do. I mean, she's pregnant, but this is early in the pregnancy. And, you know,
no, not this Amia and Gordis situation. Y'all living in the same apartment complex. Oh no, he is way too close to home. The hell? No, sir. Why are we living in the same? What?
Tyler's gonna come and empty the trash. Oh, Tyler's gonna come do this. Tyler's like, so now Tyler's the man of our house. And he would say little things. He would come over. He was supposed to be an uncle. He was not supposed to be involved. Yes. And
So we agree. We got our first agreement. He was not supposed to be involved. He's supposed to be an uncle. Bree, leave that man alone about that first child. Leave that man alone about that first child. I do not want to hear. I'm with the courts. Because if both you ladies are saying that he is nothing but a donor, he did not lie about that first child. And if them two, Ashley and him, was talking about the first child or whatever, he did not lie about the first child. He's a donor. Y'all all agreed that he was not supposed to be nothing but Uncle Daddy.
I'm thinking, okay, we have a known donor, but we're in the military, so we're going to move. We're not going to be around him. We're fine. But he comes over and he says, I don't know how the conversation came up, but I said, well, what if he turns out gay? And Tyler said, he's going to come up to you guys and ask you guys, why does Uncle Ty keep punching me in my chest? And I said, you're not going to touch my child. It's not your child at all, so you don't get to do anything. But so I'm saying,
well, ma'am, just because you want to identify him as not the parental daddy, ma'am, he is. This is why y'all should have went with your plan of not knowing who the donor is. Okay? When she decided to disrespect you, as she likes to say everybody else is doing to her, by sleeping with her best friend and getting pregnant with her best friend, that is still his child. Despite if y'all want to sit here and tell this man he is not the father. He knows he is. She knows he is. You're the only one that does not have a biological attachment to the child. This is why y'all should have never did it this way. And I'm not saying it's Deshawn's fault because she says she brought it up. It is Bride that doesn't want to do it the proper way. So we don't have these kind of dilemmas and trying to figure out who the daddy is and how he's supposed to be the daddy and why he's not the daddy and he's an uncle daddy now. We wouldn't have this problem had we just go ahead and paid a little bit of money to go ahead and get it done the right way. Or just go and you. Oh, these things are pissing me the hell off. They're going to piss me the hell all the way off. I'm going to see the Terrifier tonight, so it's going to be okay. I'm going to take it out in laughter by watching other people get brutalized by a whole demon, okay? Because these little demons right here is out of control. Not some lesbians and men. I know. I'd rather you cheat on me with a woman. Like, what the hell? I know. Cheating is cheating. is cheating. It does not matter. And she lying. She lying on this part. I would rather you cheat on me with a woman. No, you wouldn't, because then you'd be ready to fight her. And clearly she could take you in a fight. Okay. So according to you, she could take you in a fight. So you didn't want her to cheat on you, period. So stop that lie. Stop that cap, please. Cheating is cheating. It don't matter. You right, Trey.
Hers get
I
it
was to this.
Tyler said that in my house, in the living room, on the floor. Yep. So as I'm watching her get more attached, I'm watching him get more attached. I can tell by the way he's talking about our child that he is seeing it as his child. But we still are moving on as a couple. We have go through the pregnancy together. She says that I left before Kyra was born. That's not true. I went on a trip to California because I was a stay-at-home mom. I'd already got out of the military at that point. I went on a trip to have like the baby moon before I was going to be home with another child. And when I got back, it just so happened when she picked me up from the airport, she went into labor. It wasn't planned like that though. And she says that Tyler stepped up because I left. But
That's not true.
It's not. There's pictures of him holding my newborn in Louisiana, her mother's house. That's where she did her maternity leave. And we weren't done yet. We were still figuring out what we were doing at that point.
My bad. My mic. My bad. I'm just confused. So she left. She's saying she didn't leave just to leave or whatever. She left to go to Cali for a little bit. She went to Cali for a little bit. She came back. Brian had the baby the same day she come back. She signed the paperwork. The baby is being held in Tyler's hands in Louisiana. Okay. He the uncle. Uncles hold their nephews. Uncles come see the newborn babies. What's the issue? This is not really an issue right here because this is your wife's best friend. It is expected that he's going to be there to hold the baby. No, I got you. I appreciate you. Thank you for telling me. But I expect him to hold the baby as a friend alone. I would expect him to come be at wherever I'm at with my newborn child, checking on me because we are best friends. As a donor, I would still expect that unless he already checked himself out and kept himself away. Exactly. Exactly. Okay. As ma'am, you tell me that this lady is abusive to you and you went away in her last month. You went away in her last month of pregnancy that you just happened to come back. And she happened to have the baby the same day she picks you up from the hospital when she shouldn't even be driving because she's expecting any day now. But maybe this is not the last month. Maybe this is in month 8. Maybe this is in month 8. I don't know. I don't know if she had the baby early or not. But she comes pick you up. Y'all go to the hospital. She had a baby. So it's the time in the hospital, the time out the hospital, the time she made it to Louisiana. There's nothing. There's nothing there. Because 2 weeks, mind you, the baby shouldn't leave the house. The baby should never really leave your house or whatever stuff and go on to no long distance trips before the 2-week checkup. So y'all was together for the few weeks or whatever it was before Tyler was holding the baby down in Louisiana. Because you're not going to tell me that she left out the hospital and took her newborn child on the road, fresh out the hospital. 2 days out the hospital, she went on the road to Louisiana and had him down there. Ma'am, you're leaving something out as well. You can sit there with a straight face all you want. I need some dates. It's giving you're hiding a little something yourself, ma'am. But because you're willing to out a stranger that we have nothing to know about, you want to tell me this is about Tyler and not about Bri, but you brought a whole stranger into the conversation. You're leaving something out, ma'am. But okay, let me let her carry on because I got to get out of here. And I don't know how much longer this goes.
You said that as this drama was unfolding, like you were realizing some truths yourself. You were realizing like, oh, Tyler's been present in my son's life, and you're just now realizing now that all of this is coming out, right?
Yeah. I'm learning a lot. So it's super traumatizing because I've been in therapy after our relationship and things like that, and then I'm scrolling one day and I see my arch nemesis Tyler pop up.
I am confused. Why would you think he is not going to be present in the child's life when he is still currently Bri's best friend? Did y'all make an arrangement that he would no longer be friends with her? How are you confused? I'm confused that you would think my best friend would not show up and be around me after I just had a baby or any of my life changes that are major. That's my best friend. So don't give me this crap that you just now finding out that this lady's best friend has been around the child the whole time. You were okay when he had a whole fiance being around this man, knowing he was sleeping with other people. Now you're confused on he's being around the child. Man, were you not in the same state? Did you not pack your stuff up and leave? Because that's what she said. He stepped up after you packed up and leave, not before. But you're presenting this story as if he was stepping up before you left. So where you going? Were you not around to know who is around your child? Because you want to say this is your child, not his. And I be damned as a mother, I don't know who's around my kid. Especially at 2, 3, 4 weeks old. So when was he in Louisiana with your newborn child that you didn't know about it? I am confusion all over again. Because all y'all got a little lying problem. And that's why it was okay for y'all to have the little threesomes. And it was okay for you to befriend a man who was cheating on his girlfriend and you be in her face and be okay with it and stuff like that. It was okay when everything was going on and it was in your favor. How? He lived in the same apartment complex. They hadn't even moved. She said they had a plan to move and they wouldn't see him. She hadn't spoke about the move since. How was he not supposed to be around? And if how your baby, if me and Bri is together, how you taking my baby to Louisiana and I'm not knowing? I don't know what's going on. I'm not there with you. At what month was this baby in Louisiana? Oh, you ain't never lied, Trey. The story is not getting clearer. The only clear thing that we have is that Tyler was not supposed to be an actual father. Both of these ladies agree on that. Tyler agrees on that. So that part is not a lie. He was not supposed to be an actual father. Bree wants to conflate all of the kids into one story when he's talking about one kid probably. And Deshaun just talking. Okay, let's continue. Let me try to hurry up and get through it. I don't know how much longer it is. We got, I don't know where these people, they talk all the way to the end, huh? For the most part. Oh, Jesus. Let's see.
Yeah.
So when she says that Tyler stepped up because you left, you're saying you left because you were doing your baby moon, right?
No, she said Tyler stepped up when I left for good.
Okay.
But Tyler was already involved. So I'm saying she pushed me out so that he could step up.
Was he already living in the home?
No, I just found that out.
She just found out with all of us that they ever actually lived together.
Because there's pictures of me with the twins. I went to their house. Well, yeah, now I'm learning it's their house. But when I was there, she told me that his sister had been living with her, helping with the kids, not him. She never said that.
So why do you think now we have...
So you would think this man is not around, but his sister is around. You would think he is not around, but the sister is around. Man, where were you? You said you went to their home, meaning that is no longer your home. Where were you? You sound like you were gone for good. Where were you? This is before your grand exit, but you were not living in the home with your newborn child, the sister, Bray, Tyler, whoever else was living in this house. You clearly was not living there with any of these people. Yet you're sitting here trying to tell us that you was not aware that he was around. Of course you weren't. You weren't around. You're trying to tell us that she tried to push you out. That's why he stepped up. You sound like you're already grown, ma'am. You sound like you're already gone. But okay.
Tyler on the show denying being an active father. If he was doing so much with her, scheming to take you out of the picture, why do you think he's doing that?
For me, it's just karma. Like, you chose that person and now they're not doing what they're supposed to do. But I will say that when we were in communication, she was complaining about him. The child support thing has been an issue from the beginning. When we were friends, he showed us his tax returns. He was making over 6 figures. And when the babies came, she would call me upset. I asked Tyler for money for a formula and he won't even give it to me. He said all he has is $50. That's not doing. So this has been an issue from the very beginning. I don't know how active he's been over the years. Yes, there are pictures, but she also called me and said Tyler is an Instagram dad. He only comes around when there's a photo up. So yes, there are photos, but I don't know what her standard of an active parent is.
Well, in her story, she said that.
Hey, I agree with you, Jashawn. None of us know what her definition of an active parent is, because obviously she didn't give thorough directions to Tyler either. Okay, because you told him not to be around and not to be this, and then you want to turn around and agree on what parenting should look like. I don't make an agreement on what parenting should look like, my Negro. We both learning what parenting should look like together. We gonna do this together. We got bills. The baby got bills. The baby need food. The baby need Pampers. The baby needs socks, shoes, clothes, all of this stuff. We ain't gonna make an agreement, my Negro. When I call you, this is the only agreement. When I call you for some stuff, either break me off the cash or bring it. If I say the baby need Pampers, bring it. If you don't want to give me the money, bring it. But this lady say she was living with the man, so what the hell she complaining to you for, ma'am? She ain't doing nothing but gaslighting you. She's okay while the man is living in the house, but she gonna call you that he ain't doing this and he's only an Instagram dad, but he's living in the house. So she was lying to you. And guess what? People do that. He's not nothing. I didn't think he was this. I want you back. Ma'am, you cannot take this lady's work for face value. She's still pining over this man. She has no regards for you. She's literally pining over this man more than she is you, ma'am, and you're her whole ex-wife. She don't have no regard. She didn't say, you know what? Oh shit, I pushed the wrong button. She didn't say, know what? My wife left me. I feel some type of way. I feel really bad that I was sleeping with a man and I lost my wife. She didn't say none of that. She didn't even care. She's more mad she lost her friend. Okay. Don't live in Delulu forever, Deshaun. Don't live in Delulu forever, okay? Y'all want to say this is not about anybody but Tyler, but to be honest with you, I don't even know what your stake in it with Tyler, because it sounds like Bri is the one who pushed you out so she could put Tyler in. So you should be mad at Bri, not Tyler. That's who your frustration. Y'all all confused on who your frustration is supposed to go to, too. That's crazy. Y'all want to make it all on Tyler because he's on the show, but your frustration need to go to Bri. It don't matter. If she ain't getting the child support from him, that's not your problem. Because guess what? Them not your kids. Remember? Beautiful thing about you not giving up your eggs and she not carrying your eggs. They're not your kids. Treat her like she treated you all well. Figure it out. You're grown. This is your choice. You wanted that man. Figure it out. Figure it out. But like I told y'all a little while ago, I knew that damn child support thing was something from jump. That child support thing was in there from jump. When she realized she can't get nothing from Deshaun, she gonna go to her next best option, which is Tyler. half of her finances left with Deshaun. Now Tyler has to step up when Tyler wasn't the person supposed to be stepping up in the first place because the agreement was he was not even supposed to be involved. That's why she wants to tell us that there was a text that was sent from Tyler saying that he wants to be more involved. But you're going to tell me that a text from a man who's nothing but an Instagram dad, you're going to sit there and make this arrangement with him or whatever, and then sleep with him to conceive 2 more children. If he didn't step up with the first 2, you shouldn't have been trying to conceive anymore with him. I mean, the first one, if he didn't step up with the first one, you shouldn't be trying to conceive anything more with him. But it sounds like it was okay in that first year that y'all was living together, that everything was fine. That's how you're putting it. But Deshaun is telling us a different story. So you were either lying to Deshaun or you lying to us now. I'm guessing you were lying to Deshaun in this point. Deshaun is telling her truth. I'm not going to say Deshaun is lying on this part. She don't have no reason to lie on this. I feel like Bride was lying to you, Deshaun, unfortunately, about what was going on in that situation. But let's continue.
I know you mentioned to me, like, she said that you petitioned for custody of Cairo first, but you told me that she actually petitioned for Cairo a day before you petitioned, and that's where this whole custody battle came into play, correct? And then, to be clear, as far as the twins are concerned, you guys were already divorced. You have no connection to the twins. They were never your children.
She conceived the twins while we were going through the divorce.
Right. So you have no parental rights over the twins. That was just a pure Tyler and her.
Yeah, that was a Tyler and her situation. Technically, I could have. And Maryland, if kids are born to a marriage, they're of that marriage. So technically, those are my kids too. But no, I have nothing to do with the twins. Those are their babies.
So, have you been in contact at all with Bride, like, since you left? Were you aware that Tyler had gone on the show?
No, I have not been in contact with her except for small communication here and there for years. So the only information that I can give is just a backstory on how their friendship became whatever it is now.
It's just my side note. I keep looking at Deshaun's hair. Her hair is so beautiful. I love some good looking locks, child. She got these things nice. Anywho, so like I said, it was adultery. They was over here having sexual intercourses while Bride was still married. Okay, you know what I'm saying. So, ma'am. Yeah, Bride is the biggest villain out of all of this stuff. Okay, now she didn't want herself to be seen and all this stuff to be known. She should have just went to the courthouse and filed her little custody thing and her child support in silence, and not brought herself onto this daggone screen, and we wouldn't be here talking about how she is the very diabolical little demon herself. Okay, you are a whole demon. You gonna marry this woman just to deny everything that she sit here and say. Let's go about this way. I want to have a baby with you, but let's do it the proper way. Let's do it with the people that we don't know, so we don't have to go down this lane, and we can actually have legal parental rights over our child. I want to be with a woman who just solely with woman. I want to be in a relationship that I can ask questions and I don't get abused. You wasted this woman's time, Bride. You wasted this woman's time trying to figure out your freaking confusion. That's wow. She's really a villain in this whole thing. And I mean, like I said, the birds of a feather flock together. So it's no wonder that Tyler is out here moving the same crazy way with her, because as long as he's allowed to continue to do whatever he gonna do it. So as loud as you open your legs to that man, he was gonna be up in them things. Because clearly he has no morals or scruples on whose pee he go up into. Because he don't tell the married man, I'm not going to sleep with your wife or your girlfriend. Or I shouldn't be sleeping with these women because I have committed myself to this other woman. I'm going to be married to her. But y'all want to keep bringing babies into all this confusion and stuff like, y'all should be arrested. You two should be arrested for bringing children into this confusion like this. Seriously. This should be a freaking crime.
I guess I'm just still like, why go through all that and push the wife, like your wife out? You know what I mean? And like, or your best friend's wife out. Like, they both push you out of the equation just to end up going on television and denying all of this, like denying these kids? I guess I'm just trying to figure. And then if he is not really, or has never really been a consistent father, just an Instagram father, why do you think Bri is releasing so much information?
I'm surprised Bri is releasing information because she is a private person.
Mhm.
I'm completely surprised about that. I'm not surprised her mother came forward. I honestly don't know. She is protective, so I could see her coming forward to make sure that she stands up for her children. As far as Tyler is concerned, I think it was just a lot to bite off probably to have all these kids. I know that neither one of them were expecting twins, and even thought of. I mean, it went as far as she had an appointment at the clinic and just couldn't go through with it to not have the kids.
Oh my
So
gosh.
I don't know. It's probably just a lot.
Yeah, because she says that she maintains that Tyler was there during the kid, like he cut the umbilical cord. I've seen pictures of him in the hospital, and he was happy to be having the twins, and they left the hospital as parents of 3, like, and lived together to give the kids a 2-parent household. So you feel like maybe she wasn't being forthcoming in like his involvement with you to like, oh, he's this Instagram dad? Because I think based on the pictures we've seen, he's much more than an Instagram dad. He's at patches. They're in matching Christmas pajamas. They're taking family pictures. Like, so do you think she kind of just downplayed the relationship to you? Like,
Absolutely. I agree that she says that she was struggling with her identity as a lesbian. I can completely understand that. So, and I told you this, that while Tyler was there being a father to our child, she was still trying to get back with me. So I think it's
Listen, I got to get out of here. I got a movie date and stuff with my daughter, my biological daughter that I do claim. Okay. I got a movie date with my baby girl, but we about to get up out of here. Trey, let me know if there's a lot more that I need to cover. What number I'm at? I'm at 131. Because I can come and do a part 2. If y'all want part 2, just let me know and we can finish this up either late tonight or tomorrow. I'll come back tomorrow after I get some stuff done and we can wrap it up a little bit. Um, I believe Kojo is having a live tomorrow on, I believe this. I think it's this. So it might be a little early for his live might be a little early, so I might push mine's back later. But let me know. Let me know down in the comments, okay? I'm gonna get up out of here because this thing done got me hot and bothered. I think half of my cold done came out because I'm so warm on the inside about it. This is nuts. I might have to come back and just get my final thoughts on all this foolishness. Cause what? We was allowing a lot too much to happen in life. We gotta stop allowing our boundaries to be crossed with a lot of stuff because if you ain't down for a lot of stuff, you need to stop hanging out with people that are and let them be. Just let them be. Let them be doing whatever it is that they go ahead and do and stuff. You don't have to be a part of it. You know, your love can find yourself somewhere else. Obviously, you had to find it somewhere else later on. So it is what it is. Hey, to all y'all that cannot stay out the freak offs and the baby oils of it all, you know what I'm saying? Stop dragging people into your mess with you. There's a whole bunch of people in that community down to do whatever that you down to do in that community. Just mess with them people up in there. Stop bringing these innocent people up in here. Stop having babies out here on this stuff and all this confusion and things and then want to sit here and talk about I'm trying to protect my children and all that. That stuff is so frustrating to me. Y'all are not trying to protect your children. You're trying to protect yourselves from your foolishness. Okay? We all been young and dumb once before, but stand on it. Just stand on it. Stand in it. Sometimes stand in it until you figure it out. Hell, you like a little peen on the side? Like the little peen on the side. It is okay. You're not going to be a gold star. It's all right. Everybody's not meant to be a gold star. All right. Whatever the freak that is. I don't know. That's something new in the community. But if you're supposed to be a gold star in the community, you know who you are. Those people, let them be. The rest of y'all silver and bronze. Okay? You might come up rear. I don't know. You might like a little peen more than you think you do. But damn it, I feel sorry for these babies, At this point, I don't even want the grandmothers. I shouldn't say that, but the grandmother's been in the foolishness too. I don't know. I don't know how much details the grandmothers really know because maybe the grandmothers are on to a whole nother story. Maybe we need to hear from the grandmothers because we need to hear their story. Maybe they got a whole nother story. But until next time, y'all have a great night, okay? Y'all be safe out here. Stay away from this foolishness of people like this. All right. Stay away from the Brides and the Tylers of the world, okay? And don't be a Deshaun. All right. Love y'all. Y'all have a great night. Talk to y'all later. Actually, you know what? Let me end on myself up here all the way, because ain't no way I'm gonna end like that, okay? Now I gotta give y'all a proper exit. Let me give y'all a proper exit, okay? Before I get up out of here.
T-shirt, you done left fingerprints and all. You are so dumb. You are really dumb. For real.